Hello, Internet, and welcome to... I forgot the name of this game. Welcome to Neon Souls.
Record of Ragnarok.
We were talking about so many things before stream that literally I went through like five different like not this show names before I got to this one. Welcome to Neon Souls, season 4. We are here and we're playing a new system here today. Woo! You might, if you're joining us live on Twitch, you probably see there's something different. And that is the game we are playing. Welcome. We were previously playing Star Wars 5th Edition. We have since released ourselves from the shackles, the confines of a very crunchy rule system, as I am wont to do, and instead we are playing Stars Without Number here to, or Scum and Villainy.
Not playing Stars Without Number. Holy
We're playing
shit.
Scum and Villainy here today.
Wrong direction.
I know.
I was like, talk about rules light. You guys want to play Stars Without Number? You guys want to play the Cipher system?
We are playing Scum and Villainy here today. If you are not familiar with it, it is another kind of Star Wars inspired system, but this one in its base form, it uses the Forged in the Dark rules set, like that you might see on Saturdays as playing Hearts of Stone. We're playing Blades in the Dark, the OG version of this system. This is a hack of it for a sci-fi setting, and I did not do the courteous thing and pull up the makers of this rule system, but I will do so here in a minute. But first, before we get started, I'm going to talk about what we've got going on the channel this week. Next time we will be live, if you're watching us currently this Wednesday, I believe it'll be Monday, right? Because we won't have any games this coming Saturday. So yeah, I think Monday will be the next time we'll be live, unless something else happens in between. So no Hearts of Stone this week. So you'll be getting your fix of Forged in the Dark here today, and then we'll be back next Monday with Red Jenny. So if you want to join us for that, it's another game I run, and we're playing the Dragon Age TTRPG. Otherwise, probably at that point we'll get back into our normal system for a few weeks. We're gonna have some scheduled mix-ups this summer, just with people traveling and things like that. So if you want to stay up to date on all of that good stuff, join us on our Discord. It's where we tend to be the most active in talking about our shows. So if you want to stay up to date on everything that we're doing, join us there. Links are below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch. I didn't talk about it, I think, the last time I ran a game, which feels like a million years ago, but we have a new merch store too. Links for that, I believe, should be in the chat or will be here shortly. If you want to buy any of our GGK merch, we're kind of moving stuff over there. I think we only have one shirt or one design up currently.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good one.
It's a good design. So you can get that on
I say as a person who made it.
It's very good. So if you want to see that, go over there and you can get it on whatever you want. I think there's like t-shirts and satchels. There's like a bag you can get.
You can. So it's hosted through TeePublic. I should be talking about this because I set it up. I feel like I'm torturing you. It's through TeePublic. So basically, whatever you want, you can get it on. There's shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. There's tank tops. There's hoodies. There's bags. There's mugs. There's stickers, there's like little posters, all kinds of stuff that you can just pop the design onto and get it. I think they're like doing tumblers now.
Yeah, so cool. Definitely if you want to support us, go buy something there.
And it's a funny shirt that I made.
It's a funny shirt.
It says morally gay.
Yeah. So if you go, just hop over there, do that. If you want to get something for yourself or someone special in your life, uh, I think that's pretty much it. Like that's all the new stuff we've got going on right now. I'm going to turn things over to my players to reintroduce their characters here in a minute. I will talk about just very briefly the system itself. We're not going to do a lot of describing. Like I'm not going to like I normally do in a first session if we're going over session 0, talk about the rule system. Um, we'll talk about it kind of as we play and things come up. But if you're very curious on like how this rule system is, or you're not familiar with Forged in the Dark, there's lots of stuff online. You can go to look there or join us on our Saturday games. If you go to our like first session of Hearts of Stone, do a lot of more comprehensive discussion of how the rule system works. But we're going to kind of talk about it in play because some of us have a wide like array of experience at this point with Forged in the Dark, from people that have been playing it a lot or run the game to first timers. So you we'll get through it there. But yeah, I'm gonna go and turn things over to my lovely players here to talk about who they are, what they do on and off the channel, and who they're playing tonight. Starting as always with Van.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van, but Wilder, wherever you can find people on the internets. I would like to start out by saying Scum and Villainy is published by my favorites, Evil Hat of Blades in the Dark and Monster of the Week and Apocrypha and a bunch of stuff, but was written by John LaBeouf Little and Strauss Asimovic. So now Val doesn't have to look.
Thank you.
Because I had it ready, because I was looking at the rules like a good player. I'm on the internet a lot. I stream here several days a week, and I also stream over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on Sunday nights playing Dungeons & Dragons. I run D&D starting this coming week on Tuesday nights, where we are playing some of the Candlekeep Mysteries. It's all been very fun. I'm very excited. Tonight, I am playing Shiiro, who now is the Scoundrel. And I do have a question for everyone.
Please.
Would you rather marry Patrick Bateman from American Psycho or Gerald of Gerald's Game? Now, one of them is Christian Bale, and one of them is my president, Brian Greenwood. And they're both pretty bad to be in a relationship with.
Okay.
I know who I'm gonna pick. Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm gonna pick Gerald from Gerald's Game. One, because I've always had a thing for Bruce Greenwood, and two, he's got an expiration date. Spoilers for Gerald's Game. The first 10 minutes. He seems like he was actually nice for a while. Until he went a little weird. And I don't mind being haunted. If my shitty husband is a ghost, I mean, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do, really? What are you gonna do? Possess me, Gerald?
Alright.
I can ignore you.
Who's next?
Rach is next.
Hi, I'm Rachel or Elizabeth with the Z in the middle. I don't know anymore. Who am I? I'm Rachel. Hi. You can find me places.
Walton Goggins, everybody.
I'm Walton Goggins. I don't have enough teeth. I'm here every other Wednesday. I am here on Tuesdays as well, and I am on Hack Recklessly on Sundays. I am tonight playing Nerin, who has transitioned into being the Muscle. And I choose Patrick Bateman because I am also OCD about skincare. And I feel like I mean, I love American Psycho. It's a great movie. And I feel like if any point Christian Bale in that movie had been married and like I had walked in to like the murder spree that had happened, there are two choices. You join or you go into, crisis mode. And you're like, I'll help you clean this up. And maybe he would have gotten away with it if he had me in his corner.
We're learning a lot about
Maybe.
Rachel very quickly.
I'm ride or die.
Listen, you have some stuff in common. Did he had a girlfriend in that movie? It's been so long since I saw it. He has a girlfriend, right?
Yes, he has a girlfriend, and she's an absolute wasp.
What's her name? Evelyn?
I'll look it up. But that's my answer.
I like that answer.
If he'd had like a ride or die kind of girlfriend, you know, somebody who's like,
he probably could have got away with it.
You probably could have got away with it. If you'd had me, the movie would have ended differently. Spoilers.
For American Psycho.
Yeah. All right, my turn. Hi, Internet. Hi, Mom. It's me. It's the Sita. You can find me at most places on the internet at Mr. Wild. That's MR_WYLDT. Because I'm a little bit of a masochist, or maybe that's the sadist side of me coming out. I'm not really sure which, but you can also find me every Monday playing the aforementioned Red Jenny game, and obviously every other Wednesday playing this lovely game with these lovely people. And tonight I'll be doing that as X008, also known as Splat, who has become the crew's mystic. I don't think I could get through a whole conversation with Patrick Bateman. I think like he's charming and all, but just not for me. Like it would take no time for me to be tired of his shit. So having not seen Gerald's game, I'm gonna have to gamble that poor dead Gerald, who gets accidentally killed by his wife. Yeah, I'm not okay. Yep. I'm just gonna go with him.
Is that?
I'm reading a 2-sentence synopsis of the movie and basing my decision on that.
They're having sex. He's really nasty about it and borders on being kind of SAE. And then he has a heart attack and dies on top of her. It's a great movie.
As awful as that is, I think that's a win over being chased down a stairwell with a chainsaw.
Right? He took care of himself. Get you a man who will take out the trash.
Also, I've had issues with that scene for many, many years because of the way he holds that chainsaw while running naked down a hallway.
Yeah, he's asking for a lot.
Hold it up here, man. Hold it up here.
He doesn't care. That's the thing.
But the censorship.
The censorship. Val, you get to play too.
Well, I guess that's me. Hi, everyone. I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Ground, looking around the internet. I am here playing running games a few days a week. Already talked about the games that I run. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be running this thing tonight. And boy, I mean, I feel like I can fix Patrick Bateman.
I was worried someone was going to say that.
I'm the Pisces and I didn't say that.
Here's the problem is that I think Patrick Bateman also thinks he can fix you.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, and the thing is, like, did he actually kill anyone? We don't know. Like, you know, so
no, I think he did.
It's ambiguous.
No,
there's a lot
he
of
has that breakdown at the end.
There's a lot
Full
of theory
spoilers
at the end
for the movie.
Yeah, well, because at the end, yeah, the movie came out 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
That movie cannot be 30 years old.
Because at the end of the movie, like he shows up and like everybody's acting like everything's fine, like nobody's talking about anything. Like there's a lot of like fan theory that like he hallucinated most of it, and that the only
fan theory is not what is the story told on the screen.
Well, I don't know.
Well, he's straight up. If I remember correctly, he straight up like calls like a lawyer friend, or he tries, or at the police, and he's full on admitting it. Like he's having a breakdown in his office, and they're like, "What are you talking about? None of these people are dead."
Well, and he talks about, and they're like, "Oh, we just spoke to this guy, the guy that he killed like the beginning, the guy that he kills like when he's dancing to Huey Lewis and stuff." And like he talks about and they're like, but the whole idea and the concept behind it is that all these people are so interchangeable that they're just like confusing each other with like nobody actually knows each other. Like, and it's all like a meta commentary on like capitalism and stuff. Like, but
he's having the breakdown at the end, so like that could be the hallucination.
Yeah, well, so we don't really know. If I was talking to
Willem Dafoe, I would think I was hallucinating.
And if I'm going in this theory, I'm saying like I can fix them. So,
so chat, get in the Discord. Let us know your theories, and tell us who you decide.
Start some Discord discourse.
Hey, did you guys know Jared Leto's in that movie?
Yeah, he's the guy that gets murdered.
What the? I don't remember that being him.
I think
and that
so.
movie
I think he's the one that
came
gets
out
murdered.
in 2000.
Yeah.
So everyone's homework is to watch American Psycho.
And it's
again.
only got 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, which seems low.
Yeah.
People also searched for Donnie Darko. No, they didn't.
Well, yeah, those are the same type of people that's like, that's my favorite movie. Like, it's a red flag.
Hey, no.
So, it is.
No, I like
it's
it.
a red. I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I love that movie, but it is a red flag. Because usually the people that are like, I've got a poster of American Psycho in my dorm room are the people that are miss the point of American Psycho.
It can be your favorite movie because you legitimately get it.
Yeah,
also.
Yeah, no.
Unlike
I'm just saying,
Fight Club.
I'm playing the statistics of it, and the people that tend to say like that's their favorite movie tend to be a little cringe. So,
that's okay.
Anyway, that's not what we're doing here today. Are you all ready to get started?
Discourse.
Discourse. All right. Previously on Neon Souls. Oh boy, howdy y'all. The crew of the Velvet Luster found themselves at the Cosmic Infinity Auction House attempting to steal a number of items, most notably a goofy keychain. They were also there to get close enough to the a prince in order to get a data core that is your, I should reiterate, is your main reason for being here. We're playing the long con with that one. You were able to I've just completely lost my notes. Where'd they go? You were able to get yeah, exactly. You were able to get in good with Prince Avsolisk and using his reckless and kind of party boy tendencies to your advantage, convinced him to join you in a prank heist of the auction house. We entered the auction. The first couple of lots went up for sale. You kind of decided to play it cool at the beginning, seeing the massive amount of credits that were being thrown around by the people in attendance here, learning very quickly that the only way you were going to get out with your prize here was to steal it. Shiiro and Nerin left inconspicuously part of the way through the auction to try to break into like the back areas of the auction house, the secured areas, to try to find these items and take them. You were able to successfully hack in through the door. Shiiro disguised himself as one of the robot attendants for the auction house and made it into the vaults, where you saw all of the items currently up for sale, the ones that had already been sold, and the ones that were the lots that were yet to go up, including a astral elephant. While that was happening, I think Splat was approached by one of the members of the Magnetera, Boric Bolsador, or not Sirius Frostbane, who tried to pry a little bit into like your psychic kind of powers, and the two of you ended up having a telepathic conversation, where it seemed like he was more interested in recruiting you almost, not really didn't really seem to have gathered your true intent in being there. While that was happening, Nerin had a confrontation with the prince, who had decided he was going to make his move to steal this thing, in a very foolhardy or brave or reckless, or you want to call it,
fucking hilarious is what I want to call it.
Knocked out one of the one of these robot drones, guards or attendants, used it to try to, or was planning on using it to break into the back rooms. You showed that you had already done so. The two of you headed back. He just went full Rambo trying to fight his way back there, at the exact same moment that
Rambo
Shiiro
would never act this gay.
That at the same moment that Shiro released the astral elephant to cause a bit of a commotion in the auction house, the three of you reconvened after a tussle with some of these AI bots, and you made a break for the exits with, I believe, Splat. You stole the data pad off of Boric Fulsador, the Gentech age, or the Gentech.
I basically saved him from getting trampled.
Yes.
But in the process, I snagged his data pad. Yeah.
And in the chaos, as the elephant was rampaging through the auction house, you all ran out onto the balcony and decided to make a jump for the water park that the auction house was currently hovering over, successfully landing on the slide, and I think some of you just went straight for the pool. Everyone surviving. The prince was having a blast, and he, after your successful heist, decided to invite you, still having no idea who you people are or your reasons for being there, invite you back to his penthouse at the at the Nebula Casino to either unwind or keep the party going for the evening. It could go either way at this point. And I think that's where we're picking up here today. So, soaking wet, and your costumes probably ruined at this point. Or I say costumes, the outfits that you got, probably ruined at this point. The three of you, along with Prince Avsalisk, are trotting your way through the Joy Station towards the Nebula Casino. Is there anything that any of you want to do, or any conversations that the three of you want to have?
No, I just remembered I was in a full leather bodysuit and then jumped down a water slide.
Yes. Yeah. You
so
did
that's
that
either
choice.
Great or horrible, depending on how nice it is.
The prince is currently was dressed like Maverick from Top Gun. Has peeled off his shirt and is just wearing the bomber jacket with the just skin tight jeans.
Splat does not want to let go of the Corilla DeVille coat, so it's just 400 pounds of soaking wet, way too big coat dragging behind them.
That probably weighs twice as much as you do.
Yeah, my silk dress is no longer leaving anything to the imagination, not that it was beforehand.
I think we just gotta go.
Yep.
I think we just go.
We gotta go.
So you're still going with the prince to the casino because you need the data core.
Yeah. Should we change? I think Shiiro actually asks that. We change.
No, I'd love to hang out in a half naked in a wet dress for the rest of the night. No, I think we should probably change.
I can have clothes brought up to my penthouse if you'd like something there.
We could try on new clothes.
That would be very nice.
Certainly. He kind of looks you over, like pinpoints all of your sizes, like immediately.
Oh, this man loves fashion.
And he brings up his data pad and begins punching in some numbers on it. He says, I'll have an assortment brought up to my place when we get there. And he's walking past and like snaps to one of the attendants that's just standing on the city street, like on the street corner, and says, bottle of champagne, if you don't mind. And that attendant nods and says, certainly. And doesn't move to do anything, but as you round the next street corner, the next attendant there has a bottle of champagne and hands to him. Which he just ignores the glasses and takes the bottle, pops the cork off and like chugs it before handing it over to you, Shiiro, to pass around.
The party continues.
At some point, Nerin just like, gets close to Shiiro and goes, can we keep him?
I don't know how long he'd last.
Is there any scenario in which we get to keep him?
Don't you think he'd get bored?
Our lives?
I'm just
throwing it out. I'm just throwing it out there.
We'd have to maybe do some
training.
A little finesse.
It's kind of fun.
I think while this conversation is going on, Splat has sidled up next to the prince and is having that kind of like quasi-childish conversation. So where she's like, "So what do you do? Why do you do that? What's that about? Well, okay, I don't understand. Tell me more about that."
God, I bet this guy's great with kids. I bet he loves this shit.
Well, are you still in your lizard?
Oh, wait, you're
disguise,
a sexy lizard now.
I don't remember if you dropped it or not.
I cannot either, but I also don't want to get clocked by Boric, so I think wherever the fuck he might be. So I think I would switch back to Splat's typical native form.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he just had some conversation. He's like, because I think at some point he asked who you are. We did the introduction thing, so we'll just say that all has happened, or that happened with you as Splat. And yeah, he just was like, "I'm a prince. I do prince things. Mostly spend money, or listen to people who are asking for money." Or
don't most people have to work for money? It's your job to spend it. That seems kind of backwards, doesn't it? That seems
I just sort of have money. It just kind of happens to me.
So what do you do when it runs out?
What do you mean?
I mean, when you have some money and then you spend the money and then that money's gone. What's the next? How does that?
I've never really had to worry about that.
Two people so far out of their world talking to each other.
It's like the money.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean the money runs out? How does that happen? Yeah, he seems very confused by that. While you're confused about his lifestyle. As the conversation, like as you two are talking, and Nerin and Shiiro are kind of plotting about how to adopt this prince. He rounds the corner and you come up to the Nebula casino. This like black like obelisk that pierces through like all 3 layers of Joy Station, with all of these like holographic displays that just circle in a ring around the outside of every layer, giving like concert performance and ticket prices, and talking about the attractions that they have inside, and for restaurants, and just constantly overstimulation of information. But he just heads straight through the doors. You can see the attendants as he walks in immediately like open the doors for him without batting an eye, and the 3 of you push into the Nebula Casino and immediately are hit by the like cha-ching, 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 like just sound senses, this crazy aroma moving through here of like tobacco and hibachi and perfume, and just like hitting you with like a tidal wave as you move through the front doors, and in rows like tall stations of slot machines with like sparking holographic displays. There are you see like several different like bar stations there. Imagine when you were at like the clubs and GTF Zero station, but just amplified, like stacked on top of each other here. It is absolutely nuts. And
that's what the station was called. I love it. Getting to love it all over again.
All sorts of games of chance. There's projected roulette wheels and craps tables, and there are even like some you can see streaming or like VR like racetracks and stuff going through with races that are being held on like other planets that are being streamed here for people to bet on too. It's just immediately assaulting your senses. He goes in. He kind of is like he's not really moving to the casino floor, unless either any of you are breaking off that way. He kind of is making a beeline straight towards the elevators.
No gambling.
I feel like Shiiro, someone has to say that to Splat, and it's not just the gambling, it's like literally everything.
You do
But
see
Please don't touch anything.
uh, at the center of the casino floor is one station that looks different than like all the other stations, and there's like a crowd of people around. And it looks like just kind of like a bit like a bigger version of most of these slot machines. A lot of like gears and tubes and like things coming off it. It looks more like a like some sort of like pod or something more than anything else, but it's got a massive wheel on it that's almost entirely black, just this massive black spinning disc, and it has one sliver on it that is this like pure gold, and the other sliver on it is this like deep like crimson red, and you see somebody stepping into the booth here, and it closes behind him, and then you just see it like the whole thing begins to spin, and as it does you see the hollow projection displays the slice of life is the name of the booth, the roulette wheel, like whatever this thing is, this game that everybody is like in line to play, and you've seen some probably seen some ads outside for that too.
Datagore first, okay? When we get paid, I swear, I'll take you to the casino, I'll teach you how to play cards, whatever the hell you want.
Prince turns around. If you want to do any gambling while you're here, I can give you the key, but I was gonna head right upstairs because I don't really. This is chafing a bit, so.
Nerin looks down at her dress that is just like clinging to every curve, and she's like, "Yeah, new clothes."
Yeah, I think we'll change first because it puts an arm around Splat. I swear, I'll teach you how to play poker. I'll teach you how to play blackjack. Just please.
no, it's cool. We get it. We get it. That looks really neat, whatever the hell that is, though.
That is a slot machine.
Okay.
Put money in the slot and pull the lever, and if you get the right symbols, money comes out. Easy.
Okay. Then when we're done, we would like to try that.
I promise.
We believe you. Let's go.
You all step into the you step towards like the bank of elevators, and
Sweetie,
actually
you just gotta wait till Daddy gets paid, and I'll take you on vacation. Okay.
There are several like banks of elevators for all of the rooms and stuff in this casino, as part of the hotel that's attached to it. But the prince heads all the way down to the end, where there is an set of elevator doors that are separate from the rest and have no visible buttons on them. And as he approaches one of the attendants standing next to it, just gives him a nod, and without any prompting, the doors just open up. He steps inside, and as he does, again, you'll kind of file in with him. No buttons, the door just closes, and you feel it begin to lift up. Just a personal private elevator heads straight up to the top floor. Eventually, like, it's dark for a bit, and then you begin to see lights up here as the transparency of the tube that you're in kind of gives away till it like it's probably some sort of screen projections. You're not actually like looking through, but it gives the view of you just sort of ascending on a platform, this golden platform beneath you, through Joy Station. You can see all of the other like displays and everything else around, of all the attractions and everything here.
What do you think? You guys want a penthouse?
Is that an option?
Maybe. One of these days.
Yeah. I think this suits me, honestly.
Honestly, I'd rank this the Nebula penthouse in my top 20 that my family owns. So it's a good place if you're looking to buy.
You own more than 20 penthouses.
Oh, far more than 20.
All right.
I think I have, between me and my family, I think we own several mansions, stations, penthouses on pretty much every world.
Okay.
So how does one become a prince?
I suppose if your father was a duke, you would know.
Splat, honey, you can be whatever you want to be.
You're right. Splat starts staring at the prince and starts memorizing him.
Like I could literally be him.
Splat understood Shiro's assignment.
Yep.
The walls of the elevator darken again, and then you feel it slowing until it stops, and then the doors slide open in front of you. And beyond is an opulence is not even probably the right word for it. It doesn't do it justice. It's an extravagant, ostentatious display of wealth beyond which you have ever seen. Like the penthouse is larger by magnitudes than the interior of your ship. Just this entry foyer is probably the entire floor of, like, you were looking at like the casino floor down below, like is the entire size as you walk into this gold floors leading up to, like, there's a couple of these lion heads to either side, which is there's like fountains coming off from them, but the fountains themselves, it looks like liquid gold that's feeding down into like troughs that's collecting in and like feeding into the rest of the room. The lights displays come on as you enter. A bit of music, just like this classical like piano melody begins to play throughout the interior as you move through this foyer into this like main living space, which is an embankment of windows along the back wall forming this like semicircular shape looking out over not only like the interior of Joy Station, you actually realize you're above the interior to the point where you're in like space in the exterior of the station. You can see the dome of Joy Station beneath you, and can see the whoosh, like rotating rings that encompass the station, kind of moving slowly up above, and countless stars out beyond, within this twisting kaleidoscopic nebula that Joy Station is kind of in the heart of. A view like unlike anything you've ever seen. It's like the glass here probably like magnifying the vibrancy of the stars and the lights coming in. And as you have entered, you also see that in 3 rows of like that have probably been wheeled up here and just like perfectly spaced and put into place, you just see dozens of outfits all laid out, matching your exact sizes that have been placed here. Not an attendant in sight, but the prince seems to pay no mind to this and says, "Pick something out, whatever you'd like. I'm going to go change really quickly."
All right.
There are several rooms down to your left there. Just don't go down to the ones nearest are unoccupied. You can use those for changing. Bathrooms in each room. I wouldn't wander too far. You might get lost. But if you do, there are a few displays to give you a map if you do get turned around.
I think we'll be all right, but thank you.
And he takes the jacket off and just like throws it, lands on the floor as he walks down the hall towards his rooms. And you see as he does, it hits the floor, creating like a wet spot, and then something opening up from the wall is a little like bot that comes out, picks up the jacket, kind of rolls it up, and like dries off the floor before it disappears back into the wall.
Did he just warn us about potentially getting lost in his apartment?
Sure did. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Which is why
a lot.
Data core first.
Yes.
Right.
It wasn't in
What's
that
the
jacket.
plan?
Oh, I'm
I
sure
left
we'll
my
figure
data
something
core
out.
at the laundry.
Find out where it is.
Should we snoop around? He's probably more interested in you two anyway.
Feel free.
Then yeah, I think Splat's gonna make themselves as tiny as possible and just sort of goop around the apartment, try to stay out of sight, knowing that there's probably like security cameras and stuff like that too.
Okay. I think we'll do our first roll
Ah.
then, with the new system. So let's do, so your shifting ability lets you change your form for free, so that you can do that as part of this check. Um, we came up with a custom Xeno shifting ability for Splat for the purposes of this game. And zero stress allows you to reconstitute your body to take on a new form, grow, shrink, or be gooey. So the role we're gonna do for this is Skulk.
Oh, I can do that. I've got a 1 in Skulk. However, I think this does seem like something that is pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
So I am probably going to push myself on this to get at least 2 dice for the situation.
You can certainly do that. Yeah. So the options for getting addition, so 1 die means you'll be rolling, you'd roll 1d6 and take the result of that die. You have the option to push yourself to gain additional die. Also have the option for someone to assist you. Pushing yourself to give yourself the additional die takes 2 stress. To assist somebody means that they spend 1 stress to help you. So we can do that. Don't
forget about gambits.
Oh yeah, there's a different system in this too,
right.
Which y'all currently have, because we're considering this like y'all have this since the beginning of your job, at the start of a score, because we're kind of in a score right now. Y'all generate how many gambits? 3?
We have 3, yes.
Okay, so you have 3 gambits. You can spend one of those gambits to give yourself an additional die as well.
I will say they do list these very helpfully on the bottom sort of right hand side of the character sheet where it says bonus dice. It's got a little list right there.
Yeah,
nice.
If I honestly feel like getting busted in this situation, which you guys have set up so perfectly, would go really, really badly. So I know Rach just walked away, but would you be cool with me snagging one of those gambits for this?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. I'm sure she was too. Yeah. So yeah, you can do both. So we'll do. You're gonna push yourself for the additional to take the 2 stress there, and you're gonna spend a gambit. So I'll bring you up to 3 dice that you get to roll for this. I'm gonna set the difficulty. I'm going to set a risky with a standard effect on this. So let's do it.
I'll keep track of the gambits.
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay. So with a 4, that is a mixed success. So that means you do what you accomplish, but there's some sort of cost or complication that'll come up as a result. So while Shiiro and Nerin are changing, Splat, you head off to look for some sort of you're looking for like where this core might be kept.
I might skulk along behind him a little bit first, but yeah, that
okay,
is
you want to like follow
the
the
goal.
prince?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's actually that's not a bad. So, describe to me what Splat is looking like right now.
Oh, full pink goop, but the smallest possible. So and like trying to keep to around the edges of things. I don't know if there's like any furniture. So it's like, you know, I've described it a long time ago, but I think in their goo form they move a lot like the Venom symbiote. So it's like little tendrils that just kind of like pull itself forward, and the rear tendrils kind of like reconstitute into the mask.
I love the mask.
And like
little Venom.
And like maybe if there's like a moment where like there's no complete cover and I've got to just make a dive, it's just like you know, like a one of those old sticky hands, and just pulls back and just launches themselves to another hiding spot.
I love that. So yeah, you
How much do the cleaning robots hate this?
Uh, I actually had that idea. So you were you're kind of like along behind the prince, quieter than that. That's just for like, the cinematic view of this. You are skulking around behind the prince, who's like walking down the hall in the other direction. uh as you're sort of moving behind him, you see zoom, a door opens up, and one of these cleaning bots immediately turns and starts to like follow you down the hall, like sensing a mess that is now constantly moving down the hall. You kind of like zip
Splat's
along.
like trying to wave it. Like an extra tendril is like trying to wave it away.
Using because like vacuum cleaner begins to turn on. You kind of like dart up. I would say like you with a mixed success, you're able to pull yourself out of sight, but you kind of see the prince like turn around and looks at this thing and looks at the trail of water that he's leaving, just sort of like shrugs and keeps going. But you gather like these things, whatever the sensors are around here, are still picking you up. So it's going to be, while you're out of sight, you're not totally undetected
Right.
at this point.
Cool.
But you see him move to the kind of like the end of a hall, a corridor, and moves through. A door slides open as he heads into a richly appointed bedroom. The Do you want to follow him into his room, or do you want to look around for what else is like, what other rooms are down here?
What did you describe his bedroom?
I said richly appointed.
You're saying richly.
Yeah.
I heard ritually.
Ritually.
And I was like, now that I want to know about.
There's skulls.
twist.
And, yeah.
That twist.
How many rooms did we pass on the way to get to here? A small number, a lot.
I would say you passed by like 3 or 4 doors to get down here.
All right, I think I'm going to, because Splat also ulteriorly wants to know what this guy looks like naked. So I think I'm probably going to follow him into his quarters, hoping that that's also where he keeps some of his more precious shit.
Okay. Yeah, you slink into his room behind him, kind of pulling up out of sight again, trying to stay off the floor level where these cleaning bots are coming out. Because as soon as you come in, another one comes in, and it's like, again, he's still dripping some water in here, and so it's like as soon as he takes off the rest of his wet clothes and throws them to the side, when the bots comes in, like grabs it, pulls it off the floor. He is just like immediately strips down, completely naked, walking through his room. As he is standing in here, and like you're kind of keeping to the side wall, like he's going to get clothes, like completely like unflummoxed at this point, pulls out a bottle. There's a whole like bar in the corner of his room that he grabs a bottle from, and like pours himself a glass of some sort of dark like bourbon or other liquor that he begins to drink as he's standing just like hand on his hip, naked at the window, sipping, very proud of himself. Cuts a good figure.
Right. It's been a good day.
Yeah,
every day is a good day when you're me.
Exactly. You can hear that dialogue. Well, you probably literally can hear that dialogue in his head.
It's funnier if he's like literally talking to himself.
Okay.
Like,
I'll go for that.
Like pumping himself up like in a mirror. Remember like the Bruce Willis like Friends bit? You're a cool guy.
I'm imagining
neat guy. That's what it is. Anyway, sorry.
I want to go more with that than than the Buffalo Bill. Like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Yeah. So he's staying there for a moment, and then you hear there's like a some sort of like notification that goes off in the room, like ding, and he turns and looks towards a panel on the other side of the room, and you see kind of like coming up into display like he's receiving some sort of video call, and he just says answer as he steps forward, and you see a video display comes on, and on the other end you see a figure you recognize, you see Sirius Frostbane, who it's display, and you can see like is looking at a camera, like looking at display on his end, and then immediately like turns away from it as he is now seeing the prince like fully naked, who again seems completely unperturbed about that whole situation. And the prince says, "Oh, serious. Sorry, left in a hurry. I'm glad to see you're doing all right." And the Magnetara philosopher says, "All right, Prince Absolus, am I disturbing you? I didn't mean to." And he says, "No, quite all right. Just back in my penthouse. Do you need something?" Uh, this feels. I can call you back in a moment if you're in the middle of change. And the prince seemingly just now dawning on me he's naked. And he says, "Oh, right, 1 second." And he moves to the edge of the room, grabs a silk robe that he pulls on, and barely puts it on as he comes back into camera and says, "Is that better for you?" And Frostbane says, "Much. You made it out safely. We didn't see you after the chaos at the auction house." "Oh, well, yes, I decided to spend some time with a few friends I'd made. We're back at my penthouse now. Did we need to discuss our business any further?" "Yes, we would like to finish our transaction as soon as possible. If you're busy, we can reschedule." He says, "Oh, no, not at all. Come by as you see fit. Whenever you're ready, I have the data core, and as long as you have what we discussed." And Boric says, "Right, we can be by in 45 minutes. Perfect. Well, I look forward to seeing this done with. Now, if you don't mind, I'm entertaining guests, so if you'll excuse me." And Boric gives a nod and cuts off the holo projection, the call, and the prince immediately goes back to getting changed. Well, actually, I think at this point he just leaves the robe on, just moves over to his vanity, sprays on some cologne, kind of like tosses his hair a little bit, begins heading back out of the room.
I think I'm going to stay in there for a moment. Let you guys talk to him for a second.
He heads out. Shiiro and Nerin, two of you get changed.
Yes.
You chosen what you're wearing? Are we not describing this?
I have a couple of thoughts that I'm going between, but we are on the clock again. So I think it's just a much nicer version of what Shiiro normally wears, which is just vest, no shirt, really tight pants, boots. But like expensive now.
You ever seen the movie Crossroads?
No.
Oh, then never mind. This is gonna go straight over everybody's head. You've never seen Britney Spears singing "I Love Rock and Roll" in Crossroads?
No. I should.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just like a ripped, like crop top, like denim skirt, studded belt. It's
excellent.
Where I just decided that I really want to watch that movie again. So that's why that's in my head. But that's what it is. It's a little more like, it's like 2000s punk.
Yeah.
But like in a hot way.
So are we gonna make a plan, or are we just gonna kind of wing it?
Yeah. The thing is, he's different than I thought he was gonna be.
Really?
I haven't met many princes in my life, sorry. But my thought was originally just like, get him somewhere, knock him out, and take what we wanted. But now, like, he's kind of fun. And apparently we're in the, we're adopting strays now. So I don't want to make him mad. I want to make this, like, his idea to give it to us.
You know he's not going to come with us.
No, probably
He's got,
not.
like, 700 penthouses. He
I
wouldn't
know.
last a day in our ship.
But I could super get used to living here.
Oh, you can fix him.
No, I could get used to living here. We don't, I mean, he has so many of them, maybe he'll just give us one if we become good enough friends.
You know, I don't doubt that he would do that.
It's so, like, I thought he was going to be insufferable in an annoying way, and he's kind of insufferable in an endearing way, and that's really throwing me off.
Hey, that's what they say about me.
You're a little of both.
I'll take it.
I think our best bet is hopefully Splat finds it and we can just kind of sneak it and then be like, well, guess it's time to go. Here's our contact info, and then maybe roll out, but I'm not really sure. I think we're just gonna have to wing it.
I'm alright with that.
That is where we thrive.
Yeah. You know we can't take him with us.
I think part of me just wants to see what happens if we do.
There's no way that his daddy doesn't have, like, a tracker sewn into every one of his fancy jackets.
Or into his skin.
Ew.
Christ,
Yeah.
I was just about to say, oh no, he'll just have to never wear his fancy clothes, and then you went with the skin thing.
I
Wow.
mean,
He's a
Made
prince.
my joke a lot
rich
darker.
parents, they have to have some way of keeping track of what I'm assuming is a liability of the noble line, judging on his
best.
actions tonight.
That was crazy.
I will give you a play-by-play later when we have time. It was the wildest thing I've seen.
I'm honestly
like-
a little impressed.
Yeah, it was one of the most. It was the dumbest thing since you and I met and stole the ship.
That wasn't dumb.
It was a little dumb.
No, we have a great life.
Oh, yeah, I just mean like
Yeah.
all of the things that led us to the point where we just like met running away from different groups of people, and I was like, I can fly this, and you were like, I'm coming with you. It like you could have been a crazy, I could have been a crazy person.
Yeah, but
Like
have you
we had
seen you?
no idea. Well,
Come on.
yeah. And people don't usually tell me no, but I'm just saying. It was the dumbest thing I've seen since, two complete strangers stealing a ship together and then donning a life of semi-crime.
I think we make a pretty good team.
Oh no, we absolutely do. I'm glad it happened. However, things could have gone horribly for either of us in that situation, and they ended up going great. I'm just saying, it was something. It was something.
It's definitely something.
You missed him in the middle of the hallway, grabbing one of the Orion bots and ripping it to pieces to open the door that was open already.
Maybe he is a little crazy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, I'll think about it.
But he's not allowed to do stealth if he joins us at any point.
We just need some practice. Come on.
I'm
We all gotta
telling
start
you,
somewhere.
He has no eye for that.
Yeah, what he does have an eye for is nice shit.
Yeah. Yep. Mhm. I wonder
I'll
if we
think
could just,
about
like, take all of these clothes just to our ship. Just saying.
I don't think he would notice.
I don't think so either. It must be nice to have that kind of maybe someday
Hey, with the payday we're about to get.
you could marry him.
Seems a little limiting of my potential.
I'm just saying. You'd make a lovely trophy partner.
Thanks.
If I was
I'm
rich, I'd keep
extremely
you with
available.
candy.
You don't have to be rich for that, but I get your point.
I guess we should go find our Mark. Which at this point just sounds mean to say.
Let's just see how this goes.
Struts off down towards the direction that he went.
And I'm like, does she understand what flirting is? Does she know?
No, she doesn't.
She has no fucking idea.
No.
Just they literally say it out loud. Like, no, you're stupid.
Did you say something?
Nope.
I've started 2 clocks. Which is a mechanic that we utilize in this system, which gives a fun little representation of like progress and time and all sorts of things. You can add a little tension to the game.
Is one about 45 minutes long?
One's about 45 minutes long. So I created a 4-segment clock. It's the one on the bottom if y'all looking at the map on the screen. It is the clock. That clock is representing how much time you have until Boric Falsador and the Magnetera arrive. That clock will get marked as you like as a complication, or if you fail rolls and stuff as you're looking to try to get this data core around here. If that fills up before you find it, they will arrive before you get it and get out. The clock I start on top is your clock for the prince's approval of you, and whether you're able to convince him to either join your crew or to just give you the core. I went ahead and rolled a fortune roll. Or an apartment. I went ahead and just did a fortune roll for where you're at right now with this clock. I started a 5-segment clock, and then I rolled a 5, which gave you 2 ticks on it. So right now, you are about 2/5 of the way to full progress on that.
Wow, did you do that math in your head?
Yes. I was trying to come up with a percentage, but I was like, wait, what is 2/5? Brain not working.
I believe it's 40%.
40%? That's what I was thinking. I was like, I just couldn't get there. I'm a brain tired.
Fine. This game is not about math.
Brain tired, no math good. So anyway, that is the current situation we find ourselves in. You can all take actions accordingly to progress one of those 2. Finding I didn't create a clock for necessarily finding the sphere that we can kind of handle in fiction, if like with Splat that's searching for it. But again, as the longer it takes you to search for it yourself, the more that like will tick. So if that's the way that kind of Splat is going right now, we can also like mark that progress. So Shiiro and Nerin, the 2 of you change. You come back out and you see the music in the main room area. So all of the like the clothes that were lined here have been are gone somehow. You're not really sure where they went. And instead the tone in here has changed a little bit. The music that's playing is a little more of like kind of a techno future jazz kind of thing, like some like mood setting music. No, it's yeah, but with like a deep like pounding bass underneath it. So music here, a little less like classical. The prince is currently like has finished his glass of whatever he was drinking when Splat was there. Splat saw him and is currently like at the bar on the near the like the windows of the room, currently like shaking something, going like full bartender. As you come in, he says, "Oh, there you are. Find something that fits you." Again, he's just wearing the silk kimono that's like like cinched at his waist. Like
I was gonna say, did he even tie it?
It's barely tied. If he moves too quickly, you're seeing the whole package. So,
girl can dream.
He pours in like tall, like very flat martini glasses, some sort of like bluish looking liquid into that, and
Straight absinthe.
pours it across the top, slides it forward, and then like taps on the bar, and you see a like something like like a spigot or something like emits from the bar. The head of it kind of turns, and then a full flamethrower just across the bar top, and then cuts off, and then leaving the three glasses just kind of like flaming on top, like a blue flame coming off of them.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna ask me for a tip.
Oh no, first one's on the house.
I look at this guy for 1 second, trying to suss out whether or not he even knows what tipping is.
He kind of
or
picks
is
it
he
up
the
on
kind of
context
guy
clues.
who like just he knows he's supposed to tip, so he just tips like $1,000 and it's just like, yeah, this is normal.
I think it's more that he doesn't handle his own money, so he doesn't know how much things cost. Things just get paid for
It's
him.
a banana. What can it cost?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume his attendants tip people.
Yeah. Or they go places that don't really do tipping, and they just pay astronomical amounts for whatever it is they're
I was
paying.
gonna
There you
say,
go.
how about in this universe everybody just gets made a living wage?
Dang, I like that actually.
No, but this is a bad universe.
Well, it doesn't have to be bad in that way. It can
Okay,
be bad
we'll
in
go.
other ways.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Why does it have to be bad in that way? Why can't everybody be getting paid what they're...
I wouldn't say everyone gets paid a living wage, but the rich people at the rich people places, those people get paid a living wage.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's better than most places.
I thought you were gonna change. I mean, I guess technically you did.
Oh, do you not like this? I can. If this
No,
is
no,
then...
no. It's great. It just wasn't what I expected.
You look very comfortable.
Well, it's my home after all. I figured I'd stay comfortable. Oh, where'd your other friend run off to?
Oh, they're kind of just wandering.
They might be running a bath. They're really into self-care.
By all means, make yourselves at home. As long as they're not using the quantum bathtub.
No, I think just one of the ones in the guest room.
Got it. Okay. The other one can be that one can be a bit intense.
I'm
so.
sorry, what's a quantum bathtub?
You sort of take a bath in multiple stages of existence. You're both taking a bath and not taking a bath at the same time, if that makes sense. It doesn't really use water in the traditional sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but it sounds...
I think it's something to do with dark matter. I'm not really sure, so...
it's not my area of expertise.
Cut to the prince's quarters as Splat is in the bathroom, just freaking out, existing.
You turn on the quantum shower, and Splat is now existing as a sixth dimensional being, split across space and time.
For 1 second, Splat understands everything in the universe, and then the second that it stops, the shower turns off and it's gone.
Listen, they gotta learn they gotta learn quantum physics one of these days. All right.
Well, drinks, of course. As I said, make it we just lost Cedar.
We got sea to ceiling.
If you have any preference on music, by all means, I just put on something else. I am going to have some people, there's people going to be dropping by here in a little while. You're welcome to stay for as long as you like. But there's a little bit of business I have to take care of.
Oh, I mean, we would hate to intrude.
Oh, by no means. Again, more like a work thing. It's not personal. So,
anyone interesting?
They were at the auction house. The delegates from the Magna Terra, the religious types, all that. Not really my interest, but we do a lot of business with them. So anyway, it shouldn't be unpleasant. I'm hoping to just finish our again a transaction that we have been working on, and they'll be gone, and then I'll be yours for the rest of the evening.
So you sell stuff to the church?
No, 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 no. They're buying.
So you're selling something to the
No, 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 no,
church
no, no, no. But they're just buying something. It's
from you.
difficult. It's not so much.
I'm not judging. I'm just interested in your whole situation.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive us. We're basically, I would describe myself as professional girlfriend and bored socialite. Our lives, we don't do much business.
And you have to guess which one is which.
Right.
So we don't do much business things. It's always interesting to hear other people talk about their work.
Well, I don't want to bore you with it. It's really not all that exciting.
No, I think we'll be the
I mean,
judge of
nothing
that.
can compare to the excitement that we just had earlier in the evening, of course, but
Yeah, I will say
but-
we have never exited a party via water slide. That was new.
Was the
that
first for me
was
too.
new.
I'm gonna have you, one of you make a sway
I've got that.
roll.
That's all you, babe.
And again, Nerin can assist if she wants to.
I'll
take
assist.
One stress versus.
One stress to assist. You have 2 gambits left. And Shiiro, you
take
can
the
push yourself
stress.
too if you want.
I'll hold off on pushing, but I'll take the assist. That'll give me 3.
Perfect.
I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good about them odds.
Then go for it.
Bored socialite and professional girlfriend are the 2 genders.
I do love that.
Thought you'd like that.
That's a 6, baby.
That's 6. Okay.
That's 6. The other 2 were 1s. But I don't care about the other 2. They don't exist to me. They're dead to me.
All right. All right. The
And so we get a gambit.
oh right, you get
Right?
you get gambits when you roll.
When you roll a 6 or a critical on a risky action and you didn't spend a gambit, but that doesn't apply to me because I can generate
You do it
anyway,
even if you
but-
spend a gambit.
but I
Yeah.
rolled a 6, so we get a gambit back.
Then you get another gambit back.
We have
Just
3 again.
damn. Yeah, definitely should
Loving
use
that
those
already.
gambits. Yeah, that's really cool.
Maybe I should have
Okay.
spent one
We've
to see
broken
if I
this
could get a
game
crit.
already.
I should have spent one to see if I could get a crit, but that's okay.
Good to know for the future though.
Yes.
The more you spend, the more you can generate.
Because I also generate them on desperate rolls and if I'm spending a gambit.
Yes.
I literally...
Which I didn't say what the roll was, but that's usually
yeah.
if it is
Ask.
the default is risky standard. So I'll usually if I don't say it, we can default to that. Or I'll try to remember to say it beforehand. That's kind of like that is the standard. But I'll mostly tell you all if it's going to be something desperate or if it's controlled. If you have a lot of control of the
So yeah,
situation.
the only position I can't generate gambits on is controlled. The other 2 are fair game for me.
Got it. So with that, as he kind of looks over the 2 of you, and again, you've built up this this persona with him. I'm gonna give you all 1 tick on the on your prince clock here.
Charming.
The he kind of looks over the 2 of you for a second, smiles.
I'll
He
take
says
the princess clock. Sorry.
he says, all right. Again, I just don't want to like brag and make this a big deal or anything. It's not. It's a bit more technical than that. Actually, it's a bit more sort of on the scandalous side. So keep this between the 3 of us.
Darling, I love a scandal, especially when it's not involving me.
I sort of
have you seen
assumed.
her?
You'll have to tell me about some of those. I'd be interested to see if I've read it. Not that I really read the tabloids, but if
Thought he was
No,
going
we
to
have-
say, not that I read.
We have people that keep things out of the tabloids, but there have been pictures that have circulated.
I'd love
We'll
to
get
see
to that.
those.
Your turn first.
Right. So, as my position within my family, as you may know, I'm the chief financial officer for IDIS. So I
This
handle.
is Van, not Shiiro. That can't be right.
It is.
That can't possibly... That's the wrong thing you said. That can't be right.
Yeah, he actually has like a master's
I mean,
in
oh, does he have a degree
business.
hanging on the wall in
Uh
his bathroom? Because he's a funny guy.
it's not hanging on the wall. He actually had it printed as a bath towel.
I
And
thought you were
it's
gonna say
just
his toilet paper, and that would be really funny.
that'd be
The
actually
ta
even
the
better.
towel's good too, though.
Yeah. Uh no,
It's
everyone has a bidet in
wallpaper
the
in the
future.
laundry room.
He's hilarious.
He says, I serve as the chief financial officer for IDIS. Uh, as you may know, my dad owns the company. We've been dealing with a bit of, I don't know how much you keep up with the news, but bit of a whoopsie daisy that occurred a few cycles ago. The
Flashback. 17 people were killed today.
I think it was like 17,000.
It was a bunch, right?
Yeah, it was a lot. He says, and a cruise liner went missing. Um, anyway, dealing with a lot of that right now. They wanted some information that we've been able to. They're looking to purchase the flight records for the cruise liner.
What could they possibly want with the flight records of a whoopsie daisy?
I don't know. I mean, really, I asked. They're pretty cagey about the whole thing, but
Yeah, well, they're from a
That's
church. Of course, they're cagey.
So suspicious of them.
they own a few planets we've been looking to expand on. Trying to get in more of the, evangelical crowd for at some of our parks. There's a whole sort of crossover we're going to be doing between the Magneterra and some of our IDIS theme parks. Working on preliminary designs for Pope Mickey. Um,
Did they not find that disrespectful?
no, they love it.
Oh, they love it? Oh, okay.
Well, some of them love it. The ones that we've been dealing with, the officials, weren't too keen on it. That's sort of the agreement that we're coming to here. So
Well, if the people love
the
it,
Church
who
of
cares?
the cult of the duck was super pissed about it.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
there's some splinter cells that have been a bit dodgy about the whole thing. But anyway, so sort of the agreement. They get this data, we get a few planets.
Oh, it seems like a fair
I
enough
love a
trade.
conspiracy though. Like, what if? I don't know. Can I
Oh,
just
here
make
she
one
goes.
up? Can I just? It's been a while. Hold on.
You don't have to ask. You're going to anyway.
I know. It's kind of my favorite thing to do. So, what if they want this? What did you call it? Data core?
Data core, yes.
Okay. What if they want the data core with the flight records? Because they think that some like second coming of some cult leader who died a long time ago actually died on that ship, and they have to get some piece of a puzzle that they're trying to solve in order to let that person's spirit back into one of their leaders. No, that's not it.
I showed her
Come back to me. Come back to me.
I showed her the Da Vinci Code a couple of weeks ago, and she won't fucking stop.
It's so fun.
You know,
Have you seen that old movie?
I own a copy of Dan Brown's Preserved Consciousness. If you'd like to pitch that as an idea, we have him make a book every few years.
That's
awesome.
That's lovely to keep him working.
That's why some of his stuff sounds like AI.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like obsessed with the idea of because like life's not dramatic enough. Let's create our own conspiracy theories on things. Have you ever done that when you go somewhere and you just sit down and you're like people watching everyone around you and you make up like stories about like what their lives are like?
He looks very confused at this idea.
Oh,
You should
don't
try
do
it
that.
sometime.
It's so fun. You go
You
out
just
to dinner with a couple
watch.
of your friends and you like look around at all the other tables and you're like, oh, okay, they're on a first date.
Other tables.
Oh, do you not go when there are other people seated at the restaurants?
Oh no, normally make a reservation. There's no one else there.
Oh
I never ate
Oh,
no.
around. Wait, you eat around other people?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's entertaining
Sounds a
because you
bit
can watch them.
gross.
No, you can watch them and judge them.
Okay, here we'll
Huh.
do a little test. All right, you guys are I don't know, where do you shop for clothes? Do you have to shop for clothes?
They just sort of appear in my room.
It's probably not a good example then.
Do you have to shop for anything?
No, I just sort of decide that I want something,
Okay,
and
that's
then
fine. No, no, no. Here, we'll do a little example. I'm hoping he'll find this incredibly quaint and charming. Um, that was Van, not Shiro. I was inside Shiro's head. Bring some of the racks back. The clothes racks back.
oh, of course. And he sort of like waves a hand, and you see a bunch of those panels open up in the walls, and then the racks of clothes are now like pushed back through. He says, "I was just going to have these incinerated, but sure."
Oh, I mean, if you're looking for a home for them, well, gladly. I'm kind of a collector.
Oh, well, take as much as you want.
Okay, so here's your scene, right? I forgot Nerin's fake name. Ruby. I wanted to call you, like, I don't know what I wanted to say, but it wasn't Ruby. Okay. Ruby. Your Highness. You're together, and you're shopping for a new jacket. And pretend you don't know me, and I'm just over here, and I just go and pretend like I'm browsing clothes. Try it.
Just like he walks up to one of the racks of clothes and just like pulls a jacket down, and it's mine now.
Well, you have to pay for it. But
Pay for all
pretend you
right,
don't
right.
know me, and you see me over here, and you think, oh, that's an interesting character. I wonder what their life is like. And you just make something up.
Right.
So look at
Hmm.
what was your fake name again?
Keith.
Look at Keith. Just first glance. And
Check
what do you
browsing
think?
clothes.
His life is blank.
Hmm. Some sort of dashing space pirate. Command of a fleet
Command?
roaming the stars. Oh, that's fun.
That's what we do when we go to dinner sometimes. We just sit and we order drinks and food and everything. We just look around at everybody else and we make up pretend stories about their lives. It's really funny when you run into them again later and you see that you were either a very, very wrong or be incredibly right. Some people are very easy to clock immediately.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dashing space pirate in charge of a fleet.
I can see that about you. But that's so interesting. So normally when I'm around people I don't know, they just sort of walk up to me and tell me everything about themselves. I've never had really the opportunity to like just guess. That's fun. I like that.
We're pretty fun.
And if you're bored and you're waiting for like a meeting or something, and there are other people around, it's always nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all, if you want to, if you're gearing to try to, to do something with the Prince clock again, I'll let y'all, one of you do a, oh, what's a good roll for this? How about a consort?
I have one of those. I'll do it.
Okay.
Spend a gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call this a controlled standard. You can definitely do this again. If you were to fail.
That's a 5.
5. Okay. I'm gonna mark another tick on this, but I'm also going to move a tick up on the the other clock.
With the amount of bullshitting we're doing, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We were like, time limit? Who really cares? I'll kill a priest if I have to. I'm not afraid.
So the two of you are sitting, like, kind of talking with the prince and getting to share this information and bonding. I'm gonna go back to Splat, but I also realized that we're at our halfway point. So let's take a break, and then we'll go back to Splat doing some digging. So yeah.
Do you realize the prince's physicality is infecting you and you're doing a lot of this?
I also realized he did not have a British accent the first time y'all met him.
Oh, did he
and
not?
It's just, no, he didn't.
That
he
seemed great.
did not. I was just, he was trying
He
to
was
do
doing a Maverick bit.
A Maverick. Yeah, that's what I'm going with, because this is not how he talked the first time. I just transitioned into this.
He's a method actor too.
He just likes.
Can we really please keep him?
No, everyone who says they're a method actor, I have opinions about them, and they are bad. That's not what the method means. There's a whole book about it that I've read multiple times, and I know how to employ those methods in acting. And hey, Jared Leto, you're doing it wrong, you piece of shit.
If you want more of Van's thoughts on acting, join us on our Patreon.
I'm gonna make a Patreon of me just being mad about shit. No, wait, that's the Game Grumps.
We'll call them Van Rants. Alrighty.
Like Van Zandt.
Yeah. That's where we're gonna take a break here, though. So all of you out there in the chat, thank you for watching. We will be back in a few minutes to continue our session. Stay tuned, go get a snack, drink some water, whatever you need to do, and we will see you back here in a bit. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break.
You don't have to repeat yourself. You said it fine.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody knows what that means.
We're gonna go and jump back in. So Shiiro and Nerin are with the prince, gossiping and trying to convince him to either
doing a little role play,
aid/join your motley crew. While Splat is skulking around, and we're gonna cut back to Splat right now. So you are alone in the prince's room currently. What does Splat want to do?
All right, so this is a little tough because I know that I'm being picked up by like bioscanners or whatever, so there's no like real hiding my presence here, I think. I think so I'm gonna go from goop form to God, do I want to take more stress? Nah, I think I'm just gonna go be Splat's normal form. And I'm gonna start rummaging through his stuff.
Okay. You want to try to look around and see what you can find?
Yeah, I'm gonna start rummaging through dressers and is there a desk? I know there was like a view screen that he was talking through, but is there like any sort of actual physical storage for office-y things in here at all?
Yeah, well, we can kind of roll that into like you're looking for where he might be keeping this thing.
Yeah.
So this is a point where I need to decide what kind of role that would be. I guess it would be a study. So I was looking because there's no survey in this system, but it looks like study kind of wraps some of that in. You can study a situation or a place, find clues, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think study is probably the best, unless you think you're doing something more mystical in nature to try to find it.
Is there a way to attune to technology in a way?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like if
Sita's just the me of this game.
Yep.
I would like to attune.
That's the cool thing about, like, again, actions in this world can have like there are multiple ways to solve the same problem. It's not always going to be the same role. It's kind of how you're doing it. So you described to me how like kind
Okay.
of
I think I got it. I
yeah.
want to attune myself to the way, because like the description of attuning yourself is like being in tune with the underlying energies of the universe, right?
Mhm.
So I want to try to attune myself to the feelings of like dread and terror and imminent death that would have been coming out of the people during the moments before, before the crash. So like whatever object would carry that most emotional context is what I'm trying to draw myself towards.
Yes, I do love that. It's also getting very Obi-Wan, the like a great cry was suddenly silenced or whatever the line was from A New Hope.
It's I have the high ground.
Yeah, that's all he says in those movies.
I'm pretty sure it's hello there.
Yeah, it's hello there, I have the high
The angel
ground.
from my nightmares. That was Obi-Wan, right?
The hello there?
Hello
Or
there.
oh the yeah, that was Obi-Wan's song. Yeah, so we can do it. I think that's perfect. So let's do an attune. Uh
Okay, so before I decide on things, you're because I'm just trying to figure out the pacing of this, right? So like
uh-huh.
you should tell me what the like the challenge and the consequence are, whatever those terms are.
Yes. So your position and your effect. So
Yeah.
your position here is, I think we're gonna go with risky, because I think there's several like this isn't something you have complete control over. Like you're in you're in like you've got some time constraints. Um, you also know that there are some like I almost said force sensitive, some psi sensitive people, psychically sensitive people that are like on their way here that could sense it. So we'll go with risky as your position. And the effect here, I'm gonna go with we'll go with standard as usual. The idea of that being that what you're doing is neither like capitalizing on a weakness nor is it being thwarted in any specific way. So yeah, so I give you that, and then yeah, you can decide what you want to do to if you want to push yourself or use a gambit.
Well, I have a 2 in attune to begin with.
And y'all have 2 or 3 gambits now.
We got 3 again.
3 again.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty hard to turn down. Should I spend a gambit? Especially as fast as you fucking regenerate them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a gambit.
We're kind of feeling out like how readily available this resource is, but the more that we're doing it, the more I'm realizing like this might be like a continuously generating resource for y'all. So
that was
as long as Shiro's doing something, yeah. As long as Shiro's in a point to do stuff. All right, I think 3 is gonna be good enough for me. I could push myself again, but it's session 1 with these rules. I'm just gonna stick with 3 dice.
Okay.
And that's a 6.
Nice. So is it a 6? Does that give the gambit back?
Yes.
Oh no, because you spent the gambit.
Oh no, because you spent one.
Yeah,
that's right.
Me.
Yeah,
that's right. So 6 is a full success though. So you are you kind of
and there's no rule because it was a 6 and a 1. There's no rules that ones do bad things unless you just always take the highest. And
it's always the highest unless you're rolling 0 dice,
right.
In which case you're rolling 2 and taking the lowest. So
okay,
good question though. So with a 6, you open your mind like sensing for these feelings that would have been like associated with this device. Like there's been a lot of negativity around there. You're looking for kind of like that resonance. You immediately pick up on something. You can like those emotions that you're expecting, because there's like a flood of emotions around here just in this general facility and like the building and stuff, like people that are gambling and feeling that like elation and despair that comes from that situation. But you pick up on something different, kind of like as you're zoning in on your room, on this like this penthouse, this floor. uh, and you sense that what you are looking for is nearby, but isn't in this room. I think it's close enough that you believe that there may be a room like across the hall that this is coming from.
Okay. Does he have all of his clothes have been picked up, right?
Other than the
like
ones,
he doesn't have any like clothes laying on the ground.
The clothes that he was wearing, the clothes he's thrown around that he's been wearing, are been picked up. But you did see him pull some stuff out of like a wardrobe.
Okay. I want to very quickly reach into his wardrobe and pull out a very well-worn and well-loved large shirt.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wear that, and I'm going to walk across the hall.
Okay, so you're putting on like an oversized t-shirt. Okay. And you head across the hall. There's another door here. It's like bits in your senses that are picking up. There's another door here to some sort of other room. But it does appear to be locked.
Okay.
Or at least like the access for it is somehow like biometrically linked to him.
Okay. In this case, then I am going to use visions, and I am going to spend a couple more stress. Spend 1 stress to remotely view a distant place or person tied to you in some intimate way. Spend 1 stress for each extra feature. In this case, your target can also see and hear you.
Okay.
And I'm going to reach out to I should know this by now. Which one of you is the more proficient locker picker? Locker picker upper.
So in this game,
I was gonna say, yeah, in this game, what would that be?
So like
good question.
Or...
hack, maybe?
That's not me then.
No, there is no hack.
I punch now.
Yeah, there is.
So rig
Only
is...
punch, no thought.
So rig is like forcing a door open, like mechanically speaking. Like if you're trying to crack a safe or opening a door, like that would be what you're looking for. Hacking would be like breaching security systems. That's more of the technological side of things. So it depends on how you're trying to how you're flavoring it.
And this is obviously an electronic lock, right? Mr. Prince probably has.
Yeah, I mean everything's kind of a combination of both. So like you could approach this in either way. Like you could either try to override the security system here to get the door to open, or you could physically try to force open the door.
No, I'm going to send the image of myself and the lock to Shiiro, and I'm going to whisper so that he can hear it. Would you care to trade places? It's in there.
So I will say I've got fuck all in insight.
Oh. So nobody is a hacker? Oh, we're farked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're the alien. No, Shiiro doesn't do computers.
Okay. Crap.
Yeah, we have way less skill points to start with, so I have some in prowess and some in resolve.
Yeah,
which to keep again, the charisma based stuff
doesn't mean that you can't try it. Just means you're starting from a 0.
No, I just want Sita to be aware that I'm not going to be any better at it.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, well, I was meaning that for like anyone, is that anyone can try it. Yeah. You also have the option too of like you could use your shifting to try to squeeze through.
I didn't think about that. I was kind of assumed they were like hermetically sealed. No, I think that's great because it would be the same amount of stress anyway. So I guess I slurp back out of the t-shirt or whatever that falls to the floor for a minute, and I'll spend 2 stress instead to do that. And it'll become very, 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 very tiny and slip underneath the door or something.
Got it. So you spend I think we described for 2 stress is fully disincorporate your body to slip through the smallest places. So easy. You can slip down, like you just like getting to the crack, and everything has some sort of gap, like, and you kind of like down to the like particle level, as your body kind of pulls apart, and then you push up through the other side, reforming on the other side of the door. And as you do this very creepy display, you're in a much different room than the rest of the rooms here, like where everything's like kind of gilded and very like ostentatious. This is a little more like simple, but it appears to be something along the lines of like almost like a conference room, kind of like half conference room, half office. Like there's a large table at the center of the room with a couple of like 8 chairs evenly spaced around. A And there's a like hologram projector at the center of the table that probably brought up for like people who are like remote attending any sort of meetings in here. And there are some banks in here as well of like servers. Looks like this is probably like where the heart of like the security and stuff and for the penthouse kind of resides as well. And as you are kind of reforming in this room, and with your successful attune from before, you lock onto the sensation that you are picking up on as it's coming from the far side of the table, and you see resting on the on top of the table is a like a case, like a what's the like the metal briefcases? What do they call those?
Like a
lockbox.
Well, I know what you're talking about though. Like you see them in the movies and shit. They're like the reinforced case. They probably have like a gun or like a
like the steel briefcases.
I think it might still very well be called.
Yeah. Steel, not leather. With the locking stuff on them. People handcuff themselves to. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like there was a word for it, but yeah, we'll just go with.
Not the thing to hide.
Case is good.
On. It's a case.
We'll call it a case. So yeah, you see something like, you see that, and that appears to be where this resonance is coming from.
Okay. Is it locked?
So you come around to it. It does appear, so it is a secure device in and of itself. You can see like there's a humming of like technology and stuff with it. This also appears to be like biometrically locked.
Biometrically locked. All right. Well, I'm going to need some therapy after this, but I think I'm going to spend another stress and I'm going to turn into the prince.
Okay. You do that. You spent time with him at this point. You are able to, and you specifically said before that you were sizing him up. So yeah, you spend the spending the stress, you kind of reform your body into this shape. I do think I want to also do a roll for this as well, just to see how, like, if you can get close enough to replicate the exact effect, like his exact biometrics in order to do this. I think.
Well, I have a 2 in attune, but if you're being picky, I also have a 1 in doctor and a 1 in study.
I think attune is fine. I think that's the basis for your powers. These are all like psychic powers. Like I almost imagine at first glance like you are psychically manipulating the form of your body to do things. Like if you feel like that's like fair, I don't want to make that choice for your character.
I think that's yeah.
So
okay.
Let's do one more attune. I'm going to call this, because this is kind of a make or break thing. Like if you can't do this, this will put you on the back foot and you're gonna have to find another way to do this. So I'm gonna call this a desperate action. Because this is just like you trying to make the mad dash for the finish line to get the thing that you need. So we'll call it a desperate action. But I am going to call the effect a standard effect, or actually I'm going to create this as a great effect, because you're doing something that if you are successful, this is going to give you exactly what you need. So So we'll call this desperate. Great. And same thing as before. I think you'll have 2 gambits left. I said buy a gambit like you're buying a vowel. You could you could use a gambit.
I hate to be gambit greedy, but this does seem pretty important.
I'm gonna offer you something else too.
Hmm.
Uh, I'll offer you a devil's bargain.
Oh, I was wondering I wonder how these work. I didn't really read into these much.
So essentially, I'm gonna make you an offer. If you accept it, then you get additional die. Uh, and my offer is gonna be, I don't think Splat has like I can't think of in this game has Splat specifically tried to perfectly copy somebody for this is probably a level of like perfectly copying somebody that Splat has not done before.
Well, in the first episode, Nerin perfectly, but that was also like after touching them and like sort of like not just like linking with them, but kind of mommy bonding. Parental imprinting. So,
no, I like mommy bonding.
Mommy bonding.
That's really fun.
Other than mommy bonding with hot mommy, no, that's been it.
Yeah, and I think even then, like you're trying to copy him down to like the cellular level, right now. So my devil's bargain here is that it is going to take effort to leave this form. Like you're gonna get stuck like this essentially for the scene.
I'm actually happy with that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you can, instead of pushing yourself, you can take you get a die from that for accepting the devil's bargain, and then you can still take the gambit too.
I do still think I want to take the gambit too, especially with the desperate and the great magnitude. So
I think that's 4 dice.
Is that a 6 or 1? That's a 6. Let's see if I get another one. No, but I did get a 6.
Okay. Full success. No gambit back because you used one. I'm more saying that for my own, like, remembering the rules at this point. You fully replicate. I'm imagining a fully nude version of the prince. And as you do, you place your hand on this case and it ding, unlocks. You're able to open it, and inside there is like essentially looks like it's a sphere with like a disc through it, kind of like Saturn, kind of like a ringed planet that has you see like etchings of some sort of like reader. Like you'd have to have some sort of device to like read this, but you can sense like this piece of technology, this is the data core.
I'm gonna eat it.
You know what? Given your weird physiology, I'm not even gonna make you do anything for that. You just do it.
Is that how Splat's smuggler's rigging works?
That is exactly how I was imagining it.
You just close the case back up. As you do, like your esophagus like widens so you can like swallow this easily. You still have control of your body, but I think probably at this point you also realize, like, I imagine like Splat maybe tries to shift back or something, and you realize like your body's not doing exactly what you wanted to do. You're stuck.
This is new. The problem for later. This is fine. We have what we're here for. We should get back to Mom and Shiiro. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. Walk up to the door and try to open it from the inside.
Now you have it just opens for you because you've copied his biometrics. Every door in this place will now open for you. You just opens up. There's a t-shirt on the ground if you want to Pooh Bear it and put the t-shirt on.
Yep. And I'd like to come up to hopefully a point where I can catch either Shiiro or Nerin's gaze without fully entering into the main room or being spotted by the prince. But if I do, that's fine. I don't even want to roll for that. I just like if the prince sees me, I'm gonna roll with it, but I want to try to not.
I will cut back to Nerin and Shiiro. Every time I say y'all's names, I almost combine those, like Nero and Shirin.
We have very good potential for a couple name. I'm just saying.
That'll be the name of their children. Will be Shirin and Nerin.
Uh, is there anything while that's happening that you wanted to be doing? I'll also remind y'all, I don't know if this is the time for it or anything, the flashback mechanic in this game, in case there was anything you wanted to need to do at any point. But
I have an idea for how to get out of this situation.
Okay.
My idea is a little out there, and we would have to leave the prince behind. So,
I mean, that
no
would be
flashback.
sad.
Yes. However, we could leave. The idea is one of us distracts him. I guess it all depends on if we clock Splat as the prince before the prince clocks Splat as the prince. I guess my whole plan is going to hinge on.
Is it distract him and have Splat do the deal?
No, it's distract him
idea.
while two people leave. And then the other person is like, well, your place is great. We have a lot of equipment on our yacht. So why don't we go get everything set up? You finish your dealings. And you meet us there.
And then we just leave him there without the data core?
Yeah. I know it's terrible. That's why I already feel guilty about it.
I love that I've turned this NPC into a moral conundrum. This is juicier than any combat encounter I could put y'all in.
You want to talk about moral
conundrum? I feel bad about it. I don't want to do it to him, but at the same time, I'm like, we have what we need. I don't know that we have what we need.
How quickly can we fake a data core? That sounds like a flashback to me.
That is a good one.
That is a good flashback. That's the perfect thing
As
to use a flashback
for. As though we were gonna once again do an Indiana Jones and replace it with a fake. Then we have. I'll go fuck the prince, and
you'll take one for the team.
I'll take one for the team. Yeah, or somebody gets the prince out of the room.
If we do that flashback,
either one of us would have to pretend to be like an attendant of the prince, which we could probably pass off, or we would just have to let Splat handle it.
If we do that flashback, depending on how you want to play this, if you wanted to play the flashback, so you did this and then Splat had swapped out the data core when they were doing that, I'm perfectly fine with roping that in, like to if we do the flashback.
Yeah, we can just go ahead, switch it with
and then the prince can do the deal.
Let him do the deal, and then we're golden.
I mean, we have known for a while that we needed the data core. We could have studied up on what they're like for those particular ships, and I mean, like, I don't think it's like completely unrealistic that we'd be able to fabricate something.
No,
like
I'm thinking we would create like try to create a good enough fake where we could like steal it, replace it, and hope that no one notices right away. Right? Like, what are they gonna plug it into their laptop right here in the kitchen?
I mean, even if they do, we could fake flight records and that kind of stuff, so it looks real.
I mean, it's just they're essentially just looking for a list of names, right? That's not hard to fake.
Yeah, you know, the data core had like the flight would hopefully give you the location of where the ship dropped off. So it's a bit more complicated than that, but I will say I think that's this is all perfect, perfectly in line. We could do I would attribute a stress cost to the flashback, and then we'll probably do a roll for actually creating the device, or a like consort or something to consort. Jeez, I always say the word wrong. Or like a consort.
Wrong. It's just a different form.
Yeah, or like a consort or something to have acquired this fake beforehand. So if that's the route you want to go, if you know you want the fake,
we do know a guy. Well, we know a little computer lady in an alley who really wants a goofy keychain.
Yeah, and again, this is all so kosher with the rules. So I am totally.
I love this idea.
Okay. I will take the stress if I can, in the flashback, try to sway our computer alley friends to help us make this thing.
Love it. Yeah. So what we're
Because I
gonna
haven't
do is
taken any stress yet.
we'll like cut to a flashback of you guys like in the alley. You were planning this out with Zephyr ahead of time. Getting and there's you're
And one more thing.
proposing this. Yeah.
We didn't tell Zephyr initially what we were gonna steal, just that we were there to steal shit, right?
I don't think you did.
I think I just told her we were gonna steal shit, and she was like, "Yeah, give me a keychain."
While you're in there, do you mind grabbing me a keychain?
All right, so I had Columbo turn around. Oh, one more thing. Actually, I have another idea. Oh, an additional idea. Do you know, like, data core stuff, technology?
On remembering Zephyr's voice, I think it was kind of Brooklyn.
Yeah. It was kind of like this. Kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
And one more thing.
Yeah. I could make this. I've worked with data cores before. I could make something like that for you. You need your hands on something. What exactly are you trying?
We just need sort of a. Now I sound like I'm from Brooklyn. We just need
It's a contagious act.
Just something that will just make a little bit of an impression. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of a you know, like
pass an initial inspection.
Yeah.
Looking like it's from a ship, you know?
Like a flight log type thing. Could you do that? Because the thing we're gonna steal is very expensive, and I mean, we could definitely pay you for it.
I'm gonna have you go enemy throw. So we're gonna call this a 2 stress flashback.
Okay.
So you take 2 stress, and then let's do a. I think consort makes the most sense.
Can't do sway.
Because
my reasoning is we've already asked her for quite a lot, and what she's getting in return is a single thing from us. And so I'm saying, hey, let me up the ante a little bit.
I'll remind you, a single thing that went for millions of credits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say because you have leverage in this situation of getting them the keychain, I will allow sway here. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do sway. We'll call this a is this desperate? Doesn't feel desperate. Let's go risky. And we'll go standard effect.
I'm gonna use a gambit.
Okay.
So we'll have 1 left.
Yeah, there's no reason for you not to, really. Yeah.
So give me 3. Yeah, I'll take the 3.
All right, go and roll.
That's 2 6s, baby.
It's a crit. Holy shit! Which means
First crit of the game.
Means you get that gambit back too.
Yep.
Since you've got that ability. I think in the flashback we get Zephyr just nodding, say, I think I can get you exactly what you need. And we cut back to the moment with Splat swallowing the device. Do you want to say that you just put it in the case with the where the other one was? You take out just a perfect replica of. I mean, it match like data cores are pretty like generic tech that's utilized in a lot of functions. And other than like the most expert like. Assuming that the prince doesn't also have a PhD in computer engineering,
I don't see that on his toilet paper.
Yeah, you didn't see that on his toilet paper. He this would pass anyone who any layperson seeing this would look the exact same. So
with a
deploys
crit,
it.
can I say that like that she put in just some like absolutely buck wild location that makes no sense at all?
Interesting. Okay, you want to add that you put in like a fake
Like a
location for this?
Yeah,
suspicious location.
That's the part that I want to be the most fake, is the location.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
we don't need the competition.
Okay. Okay.
Or Taro doesn't need the competition, but he pays us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping maybe we can also tell him
us.
we did this, and he'll be like, "Damn, you guys are really good at your job. Here's a bonus."
Yeah, but yeah, I'd say definitely with a crit, you have not only a replica that
it
but
says
also
that the ship is on Earth.
Yeah,
Kinda crazy that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it also contains data that will point them in the wrong direction if that is what they're looking to do. So yeah, perfect. I
want the location to be like a fucking strip club on like a shady planet that none of the church people want to go to.
Yeah.
Something super scandalous.
We'll say at that point, with the flashback having completed, you do that, return to the room, Shiiro and Nerin having this conversation, the two of you. I'm just gonna do a fortune roll for like what the positioning is in the room when everyone enters, or when the Splat enters, just to see what happens here. I'm gonna give y'all 2 dice on this one. Let's see. It's a 1 and a 6. So with a 6, yeah, perfectly. The Shiiro and Nerin, the two of you are looking at the prince and having this conversation as you're looking at the clothes, and you just see another version of the prince kind of like walk around the corner, naked from the waist down.
No, I'm
Nerin takes off her shirt.
Okay. Oh, hey, do we have time right now? I thought the prince had a meeting.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just thought it would be fun to play dress up. We don't really have time to get started with much, but montage of fun and silly fashion.
By all means, meeting starts in about 25 minutes. I have plenty of time for.
Is it?
Probably not.
You get started. Tell you what, I'm gonna freshen up a little bit. You mind if I use your bathroom? I kind of want to.
Oh, please.
See how you live a little bit. You guys put on something fun, and I'll be back. I just sort of push him towards Nerin, and I'm beelining for Splat.
Nerin just starts throwing clothes like dramatically, just like.
I know she'll cause a scene.
Just like throwing everything like lacy like at him, and just like making like just like
dress him up.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, try this. Like literally just like in a bra and like a jean skirt at this point. Just like
I'll pull Splatter on the corner towards the foyer.
We have it. We had to pass biometric scanning. We haven't tried to do a perfect recreation of an individual before we succeeded.
Oh, are you okay?
We can't change back.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, sure, we're fine.
Okay.
Come on, we can't. We have it. Let's go. We gotta get out.
Yeah, we gotta get you out of here. You've got
some
to put
pants,
on some pants
go flying in your direction. Just literally throwing clothing all over this place, just making it like so dramatic. You hear just like laughter like from around the corner, like you hear another bottle of champagne pop. Like she's just trying to be an obnoxious distraction. She's now kicking like things on the bar, just like
girlfriend.
Professional girlfriend. She's just being like, if you've ever seen Sex in the City, like that friend that like Carrie has, that's like the professional. She's being her right now, just obnoxious and like wild and loud and just trying to make as much noise as possible so y'all can get out if you need to.
Do you want to try to change back again?
We can try, but potentially this could be leverage. We're afraid that if we shift back, we may not be able to. It's required a lot of our energy to do all this.
All we have to do is get you back to the ship.
We'll try, but if it doesn't work, we're stuck like this for a minute.
That's okay. We'll work with it.
So I don't know what the option there is to try to defeat the effect of the gambit, if that is one.
So what I will allow for this, because it did set up that you'd potentially have the ability to you'd have to use effort to switch out. So it's only one stress for you to impersonate somebody. I'd say it's going to cost you another stress to attempt to do this. It's going to be a stress and an attune roll.
A stress and so one stress and an attune roll, or two stress and an attune roll?
One because it's only one stress for you to impersonate somebody.
Right, but you're going to require an attune roll in order to.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yeah.
Am I helping?
You can assist. Yeah.
I think if I can call out just the Shiiro being like, no, but are you okay?
That was very sweet.
Yeah.
He's worried. He doesn't know how goop works.
Yeah.
He's dad.
He dad.
One day,
I know
Splat
you're
will call me
hungover,
Dad.
but are you okay? Like, you come home drunk the first time. Your dad's like, "I'm mad at you," but like,
are you
okay?
okay? Yeah.
That's way more important. And Shiro's not mad. Shiro later is gonna be like, "That's the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is you just walking out and being the prince."
Pooh bearing it.
Just
All right.
I'm helping. Moral support. And Shiro's
it's
like,
a 4.
Hey, well, if you don't get back to try to turn into me. I'm right here.
So for mixed success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was also going to count this as a desperate action too, just so you can take the XP for that. So,
okay.
I don't know if you marked XP for the last one too. So that's 2 desperate actions. So you got XP for both of those. And that goes specifically in the XP mark for the track above that ability.
Right, and those were both attune, right?
I think those both were attune.
Yeah, cool.
For a mixed success, I think I'm going to do exactly what you said, and I think you are the best you can do is turning into. I'll give you the option of either Shiiro or Nerin in this moment, 2 people that you have like that close bond with. So I'm gonna say that like you're able to shift to a lesser extent and mimic one of them instead.
I like to narrate it like this with fans' permission. I think you see the forms start to shift and ripple a little bit, but you can tell that they're struggling. It keeps like pushing back into the princess form, and you sort of reach out and put a hand on Splat, and when you contact with Splat's skin, you get like a flood of their consciousness, because I don't think Shiiro and Splat have done that yet.
Nope.
So you get the full kaleidoscopic vision of I have had way too much MDMA, and I should definitely not have done that DMT just now. And
I'm going to go to bed for 3 days after this.
Yeah. And
You're okay.
you see like yourself in your mind for a second, but like that ultimate version of you, and it reaches out and hugs you and says thank you, and then your vision clears, you open your eyes, and we are hugging in person, and I step back as you and go, good enough.
Well, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, you would.
All right.
It's not the prince. Come on, let's go.
Do you want me to come with you?
Of course. Wait, no, that would be weird. Yeah, I'll go first. You sneak out. We'll go first. Or not yet.
Okay. Tell you what. I'll meet you outside the casino.
Okay. Okay.
Be careful.
And then I go back out into the main room, and I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I just remembered something that we. Oh wait, no, we don't have a car outside. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, Nerin, I really hate to interrupt this, but you remember that thing that we've got to do? Well, boss said timetables moved up. I don't. Hey, look, Your Highness, it's been a wonderful time. I don't want to bore you with anything either, but could we maybe meet again sometime?
You see the prince kind of like stops and turns to you and looks a bit disappointed and says,
This look, what's happening right now is a lot of fun, and trust me, I did not want to interrupt it, but well, business is business.
I'm like whispering so quietly from around there.
Unless you wanted to just come with us.
That's my boy.
I'm gonna have I think I will allow in this case because you're the one like inciting this, but I will say Niren's been working on this in the other room.
She's working really hard in there.
She's working really hard.
She's got her titties out. Come on.
She's
Can I
currently
do
like
something?
sitting on the bar. She's got like one leg like wrapped around the prince, and she just like kind of grabs him by the chin and is like, "You could finish your business, and then you could come see our shit."
Yeah, can I do a setup?
Oh, like flashback or a set of action?
The setup action.
Yeah.
Whereas instead of assisting or being even the leader of a thing, Nerin could lead or do the action, and I could set it up with a different ability.
Yes, you can definitely do that. Yeah, there are two other actions we haven't done yet, which are teamwork actions, like group rolls that we can do where everybody rolls and we take the highest result. But if you want to do a setup, that's totally fine. So you can set up, and based on your results, it'll give Nerin a bonus and hers. So what is your setup maneuver here?
So I think that while I was in the prince's room and I was searching through all the emotional resonance of everything in the room, maybe I picked up on a little bit of loneliness and wanderlust off of his own effects. And so I would like to use a tune, but under the kind of the auspice that I'm kind of really picking on the things that he's never said. But I'm gonna say something like, "Don't you want to get away from this? I mean, I know you have all the money in the world, but there are some things that money can't buy."
I'm over here going, have you ever been on a real vacation?
Have you ever been on a real vacation, an adventure?
Well, Shiro stage bombing off to the side.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
I will allow you to do an attune as a setup action here.
Sweet.
Okay. We'll call this risky standard.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll with a 2 on this one. Unless...
Sure, if you want to spend the point of stress to assist,
I'll do it. I'm helping.
Yay! Thank you.
Take my dice.
It's a 4.
You love those 4s, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a couple 6s in there too.
Hey, it's.
I haven't failed anything yet, which I'm pretty happy about.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
I will, for this one, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna check another on the time clock that y'all have.
I know. Wait, can I say how else I'm helping?
Yes.
I have, as Splat is going out, because I can have this for no load. We all can. I'm just gonna take my illicit drugs and put them in Splat's pocket, so they can be like,
I love this.
Nerin like tosses the bra that she was wearing over the prince's face for a second while Shiiro pockets their drugs into my pocket.
Like handing Splat like a fucking bag of cocaine.
So the prince is like this, and I'm just like,
I love that.
We got that nasty shit. Come on, let's go do drugs on a spaceship.
So for that setup action,
have we thought about just like not working and just convincing the prince to fund our lifestyle?
That's kind of where this
screw
is
being
leading.
adventurers.
Oh, we can adventure, just that the prince is gonna pay for it now. And if we get in jail, he can just be like, "No, I'm the mouse man. I'm the man who handles the mouse's money."
Okay. Let's do this. So this will increase the quality of Niren's next action. So this would give it a greater effect. And y'all can still assist on this, but I'm gonna have Nerin do it. And I want to know because what Nerin does in this moment to try to send this home. Because I know you don't have much in sway. But you do have command.
I do have command.
Spike it, baby. You know what they want. We set it up.
So I think at this point, like I had set up, like Nerin is sitting on the bar, half naked. She's got one like leg wrapped around the prince's back, and she just grabs him by the chin. Her voice drops a little bit, and she says, "You know what? You finish your business, and then meet us on our ship." And her whole demeanor has just like all of a sudden gone like very serious.
The muscles are evident now.
Very commanding.
Flexing. Yeah, I love that.
And she's kind of like still holding his chin, just like leans back on the bar a little bit.
I love this. Let's do it'll be command action. I'm gonna call this desperate with great effect. And let's how much does everyone want to contribute to this? I guess
I've already taken 5, but this is so important. I'm throwing one in.
Well, so one person can assist.
We're sitting at 2 gambits right now too, so you can have a gambit.
So if you want to take a gambit, that puts you up to 2 dice.
Oh wait, I didn't put one back.
And I was gonna say either Shiiro or Splat can assist. Splat probably makes most sense in this situation if you want to take the additional stress.
Because there'd be like 2 Shiros. This will.
As soon as we get to downtime, I can fix this stress.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about that too. This is part of why I've been a little bold with taking stress on.
Y'all got that
already,
home cooking.
Like,
we got that home cooking.
That's why I got that
home cooking.
Essentially begged to take that pilot thing.
And we're about to get
my
you.
character sheet.
Yeah, we're about to get you the fuck out of here too.
This is kind of the turning
dice?
point. So it would be your so your die
plus 2
plus the gambit
and
the
you
can also push yourself.
I'm gonna push myself.
So I'll put you to 4 dice.
Okay. So and then I'll take a stress for pushing myself.
2 stress for pushing yourself.
2 stress for pushing myself. Okay. I'm worried about clicking out of the input value, so just remind me to mark that in a second. Okay, so 3 bonus dice, my 1 actual, to make sure that this rolls correctly. I got a 6.
And you needed it.
I sure did.
Yes.
Because that takes you up to your full approval with the prince in that clock. If you had gotten anything lower than a 6, that would have finished the clock for the mandatory arriving. But
this is a well-oiled machine.
We are so scary in the hottest way.
In the hottest way. In response to that, you see like audibly gulps in that moment, and I think even like, sure, you probably even pick up at the like you're not like psychic attuned.
No, but I am horny.
The man's not used to being bossed around, and all of a sudden, here's this lady.
It's the combination. And Splat, you probably have the best sense of this. Is
I'm not psychic, but I have eyes.
It's the combination in that moment of like, yeah, he's horny, and this whole thing, like, he definitely was angling for something very specific with Shiiro and Nerin. but also picking up on that what you laid down about like the getting away and like that drive to like
Oh
adventure
yeah, dude's
and
bored. Yeah,
and even like being a prince
He's
and
more
having
than one
everything
type
handed
of
to him.
horny. He's horny
Yeah,
for
yeah.
adventure.
he's horny for adventure. Uh and he just like the facade kind of crumbles in that moment. He just like gives a nod. He says, "All right. Your ship."
Velvet
Called the
luster.
Velvet Luster.
We'll see you soon. But
Tells him,
unfortunately,
yeah, tells him where it's docking, or like where we're like what slip we're docked at, or whatever, and just grabs a shirt off the rack as she gets up and just walks out and does not look behind her.
I'll see you both there. I do want to ask Shiro, while all of that was actual Shiro, while all of that was happening, did you want to try to sneak out, or
Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm in the foyer. I think there's nowhere for me to go.
you
I
could?
think I
Was
have
it?
to.
Yeah.
just walk out after me exactly like I did and see what happens.
I'm drunker
what?
than I thought I
There's a
was.
glitch in the Matrix.
Uh, yeah. If I can't, while he is focused on Nerin, I will. Yeah, high five Splat. Uh, that was great. And then I'm just gonna sneak. We're up very high. Can't really go out.
Can you just like get into the elevator and like be around the
You go to the
corner?
elevator.
Yeah, can I just hide in the elevator?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's way easier.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
forgot. Listen,
we don't need to zebra this situation.
No, I
be a horse.
I was focused on a lot of other things. Kind of forgot about the. That's right, chat. Bye, fly, and ready to die. Yeah, I'm just hiding in the elevator.
Okay. I am. Don't want to. Hey, there's so many good setup roles. But I do think I need to honor this. This is a desperate. You try. Oh, also that was
Okay.
desperate for Nerin, so I don't know if you marked the XP for that. Make sure you do. I'm gonna have you do. I think to get out, you're gonna have to skulk out.
Skulking. I can do that.
I'm. Yeah. I would consider these as being setup actions to you having. To you getting out too. So we'll bump that up to a risky great effect.
Risky great.
Yeah, I was quite literally holding his face. Like that's your time to
Yeah,
like
he's
he
not
can't
looking at
look
me.
anywhere else.
he'll look at me later. This is not Shiro time. I'm gonna pull a gambit
Go for it.
this one and hope I can get it back. So we still got one. After this, we need it. Do I have... Would you consider this springing a trap? On the prince? You could say no.
Do you get a thing for an additional die for springing a trap?
Yeah, when you attack from hiding or spring a trap, you get an extra dice. If there's a question about who acts first, the answer is me. That's what the ability says. This is shoot for. I just thought I'd ask.
In the broadest definition of springing a trap on this, I'll give it to you.
Yay!
I'll be nice.
4 dice. Listen, kids, it never hurts to ask. The worst they can say is no. Then you're right back where you were before. It's a 6 on the red dice, baby!
So
Give me that gambit back.
To bring this all home, Nerin and Splat as Shiro say your goodbyes to the prince, who's just kind of dumbstruck, like leaning against the bar.
He's
like,
about to have the time of his fucking life.
just like takes a bottle and like just starts chugging at it. The two of you move into the elevator. As it closes, look to your left. Shiro is just right there, kind of pressed up against the corner. The elevator begins to descend down. All of you in that kind of stunned moment of like, we did it. We got away with it.
He seems
elevator.
nice.
Did I buy you noise canceling headphones?
Me? Jake?
Yeah.
No. No. What? Why?
We'll stop
Is
on the
that-
way.
Oh.
You'll love them. You'll love them. Very immersive for the video games.
Okay. All right. We feel like there's something more to that, but
No.
it's fine. Okay. All right.
Okay, good job.
For
You
anybody
know I'm
that's
gonna have
seen
sex
Big
with
Bang
him
Theory,
too, right?
For anybody who's seen Big Bang Theory, put on your noise canceling headphones, sweetie. It's about to get loud.
And as Shiiro literally pats himself on the back.
Make no mistake. We're gonna fuck this prince.
Everyone's gonna fuck this prince.
Not the teen.
We're not a teenager. We are not. Turns into a gorilla. Not actually a teenager.
Okay. You're like 5 weeks old, I think.
Maybe you don't know that. Maybe who knows?
Do you know that?
No.
I was trying to be nice about it. You're the one throwing a tantrum in an elevator.
You leave the elevator, having this conversation as you like shift back. I'm gonna say at this point we're kind of out of the scene. Like you could shift back to your like normal form. Like you've gained enough control at that point. It's not like a permanent effect. It's mostly for the scene. You all leave, heading into the crowd of the casino floor, and just coming in the door the other way, just passing you and not noticing you, is the representatives of the Magna Terra.
And that's how it's done, baby.
And that's where we're gonna end our session for tonight.
Fuck yeah.
That was so close. For those at home, they fully filled up the Prince clock. That's why you were able to. That succeeded at the end. And we're at 3 out of 4 ticks with the Magna Terra showing up at the wrong time. So,
Hey, Rubbin's racing. It's not fun if it's not close.
that was excellent. Good job, everyone. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end our session. And next time we'll pick back up with downtime stuff and moving on to the next part. How's everybody
Splat's
feeling?
first job.
Yeah,
Dude, that was a lot of fun.
Splat's
that was a lot of
first
fun.
job.
Yay!
Sita's
Baby's
first
first crime.
Cena's
Uh,
first
Can I-
forged in the dark.
Can I tell you guys what I was gonna do if the prince had seen me as the prince?
Yeah,
I was going to try to seduce him as him.
that's perfect. Yes, it would work. Is the thing.
I know that's honestly when I was like, well, he might see me. I don't care. It'll be fine.
It would
Listen,
One way or
work.
another, this is gonna work.
Anything's possible. Like y'all spend enough stress and use enough shit, you can do anything.
Yeah, I certainly spent enough stress on this. I spent 6 out of 9 stress.
I'm
that's
gonna get
normal.
some home cooking, baby.
Yeah, y'all. That's honestly probably where that's a good place to end a job on, based
Yeah,
on
I'm
my
only at
experience
4.
running Forged in the Dark.
Which is crazy.
Can you imagine where y'all be at if this entire score had been?
Very high. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, you don't die. Is it still trauma? Is it still called trauma in this
it's
game?
trauma. Yeah, you still take the
Oh,
trauma.
what's a little trauma among family?
Exactly. So, let's go into our end of session questions because we have those for the first time, which we did not in Star Wars 5e. So, desperate actions. I think everyone had at least one. So everyone should have gotten a desperate action XP at some point.
And they go in the stat that you roll?
Yes. Yeah. Same as Blaze in the Dark. Whatever you rolled for the desperate action, you put the XP there. And then once that ticks up all the way, you get to bump up one of your stats. So mark those. The playbook specific XP trigger. Everybody has one that's specific to their playbook. The example that's here is the one for the muscle. So since we have one of those, it's address a challenge with force or threats. So
Threats can be sexy.
Again, a lot of these stuff to y'all. I should say with any of these, if you do it. If you do it, you get an XP. If you meet it, if you feel like it happened a lot during the session, you get 2 XP.
I think mine is address a tough challenge with charm or audacity.
Yeah,
That's Shiro's whole personality. It's the audacity.
Yeah, I would agree that happened multiple times.
Yeah.
What splats?
Mine is address a tough challenge with wisdom or the way. And I think at least the moment when I was trying to track down the black box, I think that was probably the wisest thing.
That and shifting and like you did a lot
around the apartment.
Yeah, I mean, you did that quite a bit. Give yourself credit for that. So,
gooping around.
So that's the first one. The second one is you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. So that's
I'm obviously a ship captain in charge of a fleet. I mean,
yeah. And again, the way it's described here, your character's beliefs and drives are your own to define session to session. It doesn't have to be consistent, and it's something that you get to decide. This is pretty general. So if you feel like you had a chance to do something that kind of embodied who your character is and their background and who they are, you get XP for that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is doming somebody into doing something I tell them to do count as
if you feel like that is
if you feel driven
for force or threats? I mean, you did a command. Like,
listen, they don't have to not like it for it to work.
I'm gonna
give
let
yourself
that
XP
one go.
for that.
It doesn't say and they hate it.
Yeah. Give yourself XP for that. Like, again, I want y'all
this game is about giving yourself credit for the cool things you did.
Exactly.
Doming a prince.
Yeah.
This last one.
For that.
Don't worry, we'll take turns.
This last one, probably nobody for today. So it's struggle with the issues from your vice or traumas. So I think everyone chose pleasure as their vice.
Sure did.
But I don't. So for this, you mark XP if your vice tempted you to some bad action, or if the trauma condition caused you trouble. Nobody has a trauma condition, so we wouldn't have any of those. But if your vice comes up in role play, so if your vice is drinking or gambling or whatever, and if you brought it to the forefront with your character, you get XP for that. Again, for y'all to define and litigate for yourself. I'm not gonna. I don't think I have ever in any of our Blades games been like, no, you don't get XP for this. So
for Splat, at least, I don't think there really were any moments of that. I think there definitely will be in the future, but no.
Yeah.
Splat was pretty on job for this one.
And then so that's all personal XP, and then we do crew XP, which will be tracked on your crew sheet. So the first one is your crew specific XP trigger. So I think y'all have the start answer.
I have them up if you want.
Oh, sure. It's actually the example on here for this one for the start answer.
Yeah. Successful transport or smuggling operation.
Is it done?
This is that you succeeded in the job. Yeah. So I give you credit for that. I'm also going to be pretty, because this game is so linear, because my campaign here is going to be kind of linear, where it's less of what you would typically do, where y'all get to decide what jobs you're doing. It's more of like a through line that we're following. Y'all complete a job, you're getting XP for completing that job. I'm not going to be like, well, that wasn't a smuggling job that I gave you, and be a dick. So I'll be a dick about other things, but not about that. So crew specific XP trigger. Second one is contend with challenges above your current station.
That seems pretty.
Yeah, so this is if you tangle to factions of higher tier than your crew quality, or simply opposition more dangerous than your crew, mark XP for this. I'd say yes. Like, you're dealing, even though you didn't have a direct, we'll talk about the job as a whole, and it's not necessarily what happened this session. The Magitera, Gentech, a prince of the Cosmic Consortium, like all of that was.
Oh, we're gonna contend with a prince.
All of that was well above your pay grade. Yeah. So you definitely get XP for that one.
Can we use the guy's name once in this episode? I feel very bad for him.
Do you remember?
We have a no.
Okay, then.
No.
Shut your mouth.
Do you remember?
Justinian.
That is one name.
It's one of them. That is one of them. That's the one I remember.
Yeah, there was a G name somewhere in there.
Galateus.
Galacticus.
Galacticus.
Gallimimus.
Galaga?
That's a type of dinosaur.
Listen, I'm the only
there's
one
no
who's...
G. There's no G.
I'm the only one who said one, so...
Oh, wait, no, it was Quintilius.
Nope.
No, that's the Strixhaven man.
It's close, though.
It's Quintus, right?
It's Prince, Justinian, Quantus, Spanreal,
Okay, Justinian is his first name.
All right, you got it. You got it.
That's what I said. You
right.
got Justinian.
No, you said you got one of them. No, I got the one, the important one.
Yeah. His first name is Justinian.
Okay, so all of you can shut the fuck up.
Y'all can just call him Justin.
It's so bad for the poor meat stick that we just keep calling the prince all episode.
Well,
we're gonna fuck him.
No, it's to his face we're calling him Your Highness, which is fun.
Yeah. I look forward to y'all just calling him Justin going forward.
Listen, I remembered his name off the dome, so... And that never
Justin,
happens.
And once Nerin's done with him, he's definitely going to be blue.
Ooh, I hope not.
We're going to have to switch that to black and blue Justin.
Yeah, black and blue Justin. Okay, that is... bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. What were the crew tags?
Ambitious.
Ambitious. Y'all feel like you bolstered your crew's ambitious nature?
Yeah. We stole a prince.
We stole a prince.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say you completed the job, breaking into a prince, but then you went the extra mile of like, we're gonna recruit this fucker. I love it. So yes. And then express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Which is, this one is very broad.
I think so.
Essentially, did anything happen that highlight the specific elements that makes your crew unique?
I would agree too.
Found family? Absolutely.
Yeah. We act like we're just, horny, greedy sluts, but at the heart of it, we're definitely found family.
Hey, you can be both.
Yeah, I agree. But throughout all of the horniness and sluttiness, like I'm gonna go ahead and skip straight into being first for my stars and wishes.
Go for it. That's what we're doing next. So if you want to go ahead and do yours.
My star is gonna go to Shiiro. It was originally gonna go to Shiiro for failing so obviously at flirting with Nerin. Like it was gonna be kind of a dual part star of the fail flirt plus the inobservant. You're not like, their relationship is great, but honestly, I got to give it to, like in character and out of character. I was just like, oh, am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, Dad. That was wonderful.
That got me so much.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Me too. Yeah, it was super sweet.
Yeah,
like high octane adventure, and right in the middle of it, you could have been like, "Let's go," and instead you were like, "But no, are you okay?"
No, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
there's a human in there. Well, there's a person in there.
Not
so not human.
And my wish is I can't wait to get some more FaceTime with the prince. I can't wait for Splat to get more FaceTime with the prince. I don't know where that's going to go, whether the two of them also end up with weird sexual tension, or if it's like an older brother, little sibling kind of thing. I don't know how that ends up, but I want to explore how that, what that dynamic can be.
The idea of the prince turning into y'all's like onboard fuck toy is...
Look, Splat is incredibly... As far as you know, Splat has never had sex. They're very curious about that. They want to know what the hype's about.
Man. This is going to be a weird dynamic.
Welcome to a game with me. You thought you could have a standard horny adventure setting? No.
You can't all sleep with the prince and still call Shiiro and Nerin mom and dad. I'm going to draw the line there.
That would be a little too
rude.
We draw the line on incest on this channel.
We don't have many lines. That is one of them.
Hold on, would that be incest though? Because the prince I wouldn't be referring to the prince with any sort of familial.
No, that's true.
Okay, you want to?
That's just icky.
I don't want to be actively fucking the same person as your mom.
If we don't participate when Splat and the prince get it in.
Hey, Mom, why don't you let me
is it
know
less
whenever you
weird?
watch this episode what you think about this?
I hate it.
It's just weird. It may not technically be incest, but it crosses it just abuts that line to a point.
So you're telling
probably.
me I have a chance.
Well, listen, we'll get you your own prince.
Yeah, let's find another prince.
We're apparently really good at stealing people, so
Hey, he's got
just
brothers
pick one.
and sisters, and those of non-binary persuasion. So
They can. Anybody can be a prince.
so I love that. Thank you, Sita.
You don't love it at all. Additional little star to Van for the "you can be anyone" because my brain was starting. I was literally starting to think the thoughts, and then you said that, and I was like, yes, I can.
I'm a dad at my heart.
Yeah, big dad
Good job.
energy today. Thank you. You did, yeah, because that was your wish too. All right, who's next?
Me.
Go.
My star goes to. I take my shirt off. Because I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. But then as soon as it happened, I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. It was so funny. It was just
if
so
there's
funny.
one thing that we know about Rachel's characters in any game that we've
They'll
played
take their
in,
shirt off?
they'll take their clothes off at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. It was very good. The timing was perfect. Excellent comedic timing. And also, I mean, yeah, she would. Like, it's not ridiculous at all. Like, it's ridiculous from the outside. But in the brains of these characters, like, yeah, of course she is, like, half naked sitting on the bar with, like, one meaty thigh wrapped around a prince. Like, yeah, dude. Makes sense. My wish is I want to get to know the prince, like, under the facade. A little bit. We saw it fall just a little bit. I want to talk to him as just, like, a person.
I've had to do a lot more character building for this NPC than I ever intended to do.
Too bad for you. God,
Couldn't have
sounds
made him so much fun to be around.
sounds miserable. Wow, I bet you're having a horrible time.
Terrible. No, I love
Having
this
a
character.
bunch of people around you just be like, yeah, I want to fuck that idiot.
Yeah, no, it's really like the prince was meant to be a character that like y'all were just gonna like manipulate, get where you needed to move out, and the fact, and they were reached a point where it's like they reached a point where I was like, he has to stay around in some way, whether as an adversary or something, but he's gonna be around. So I'm glad you like him.
I love him. I think he's great.
Awesome.
He is like sort of a capitalist nepo baby, but is that his fault?
You can fix him.
I think I can.
We can fix him.
I think together we can fix. I think the three of us
I
can
think
fix him.
so.
Yeah.
I think with our powers combined,
Splat.
three of us can fix him.
Meet your new stepdad.
Well,
Don't say
Justin.
that ever.
I guess that leaves me.
yes. Please.
My star, I'm cheating and I'm doing a double star for the conversation with Shiiro and Splat with like the "Are you okay?" and like "No, but are you okay?" and Splat being like, "What? Yeah." Like we go, "Oh, like Splat was so laser focused for like the entirety of the first part of the session on like, okay, I have a job to do. I have to do this thing. Like I gotta, like I'm gonna be a part of this team. I've been a shitty teenager in some attitude for a while, but I'm gonna prove that I'm a vital part of this and I'm gonna do the job that I'm here to do." And then like just being so laser focused and something went wrong and then they were stuck in this body and they were just like, "No, I'm still laser focused and you can't like." And then Shiiro being like, "Hey, hi, are you okay?" Oh. I guess I'll take a second to think about that. Like it was very cute and I liked the RP between you two and doing that, and I loved like Splat being so laser focused on the mission. It was just very fun. And I loved that little interaction between y'all.
I really didn't expect that to hit like it did. That's
It did. I don't
It was
know.
so
It hit
sweet.
real good. It was so sweet.
It's because you asked it twice.
Yeah. That second
I-
one. The first one got me, and the second one I was like, oh.
Because I didn't plan it. It just kind of happened like purely on instinct.
That was great.
It was perfect.
Oh,
And I
thanks,
loved it.
guys.
And my wish is going to be for a So we're not who we told you we were. Conversation with the friends, just like getting away from this planet, getting like far away, being like, so I promise this isn't kidnapping, but
Oh, he
But if you
said
want to
no as
leave,
soon
we
as
will
he sees the
probably have
ship,
to
right?
drop you off somewhere far away.
no,
Like
I mean
he's
we're like a little luxury liner-y type, you know? Like, I don't know. I just think it's gonna be
yeah,
funny.
but he knows what
Yeah,
like he's gonna
right,
know,
yeah.
right?
We'll see. I feel
Well,
like it'll be kind of like, oh, this is quaint, and then you get it like it start like there'll be clues to pick up on.
it
But yeah,
depends on how fast or how long we can keep him distracted before he starts really taking in the surroundings and not just the people, you know?
I
That's
say
it.
we just
I
go
can't
with
wait for
it.
that conversation. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited and I wish that I want to have it.
We said a lot of weird shit. I don't think we ever said like, oh, we're also rich.
No, we just
Wasn't a lie, technically.
no.
I'm looking forward to that exchange so much.
I can't
Trust
wait.
me.
I'm so excited. That's my wish. I want to make sure that we have that conversation.
His family owns every planet. We can drop him off if we need to.
And again, that conversation would go much differently if y'all hadn't gotten his like approval. If y'all hadn't done so much setup to get the
If
fact that
every
y'all
time we
nailed
went back
that.
to camp, I didn't hand him a copy of his favorite necklace 17 times in a row.
Yeah, his approval is like really like as good as it could possibly be with y'all at this moment in time. So like you have the best chance of him being like, sounds fun. All right. Love it. Well, that's it, everyone. We're done. I'm so glad that y'all seem to enjoy this system and this change because I think this is great. And
Well, I
even though
spend
like
so much less time looking at the books in my character sheet, and I can actually listen to what people are saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Force in the Dark is one of my favorite like core
Yeah.
systems.
I think this is good, and even coming on bringing this in on the tail end of a job that you're already doing, like worked out really well. We'll have to do some downtime next time. Get set up for a full official score that y'all set up, and I know knowing what y'all are going to be doing next, I'm very excited to see like how y'all decide to approach it. So, yeah, awesome. Well, we're over time, so thank you everyone out there for watching. We will be picking back up in 2 weeks to continue our game. In the meantime, join us this coming Monday for the next installment of Red Jenny, where we are going to be picking up our Dragon Age TTRPG, and we're going to be doing a little bit of time skip as we head into essentially like the penultimate chapter of this game. That has been going on for over 50 sessions now. We've been playing this game for a long time. And yeah, so definitely join us for that. All of our other stuff is Below Our Faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, you can see our full lineup. But yeah, thank you to everyone out there for watching. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game such a joy to run. We'll see
Thank
you
you
all.
for letting me get to play this game.
You are
I'm so
welcome.
excited about this.
You're so
Yeah.
welcome. We'll see everyone in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.